If you missed Pirate Radio Live, you missed
the head baseball coach of the Pirates, Cliff Godwin.
If you've got $1 or $2 and you want to invest it into ECU baseball, give it to the 23 club. This is the time of year that we need it most because, this is the time that we're trying to give stuff to our returning players, but obviously we're still recruiting and we only have 11.7 scholarships. So really to be able to get your foot in the door with any of these guys that have the ability to help us win, you have to cover all their costs or you can't even get your foot in the door.
Pirate Radio Live, weekdays from 3 to 6, right here on Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation. You missed.
Trey is Savage joining us. Is there a spot on the board you're expecting to go or wanting to go? Or what do you know about the upcoming MLB draft right now?
I mean, from the information I've gathered, I would expect the first half of the draft or the first half of the first round. But I really couldn't tell you, there's definitely a range I could go, but I couldn't tell you a certain team or a certain pick.
Pirate Radio Live, weekdays from 3 to 6, right here on Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation. If you missed Pirate Radio Live, you missed
the head baseball coach of the Pirates, Cliff Godwin. Any thoughts on Bristol and Zach leaving the program?
They're both talented players. Obviously, they didn't believe in ECU baseball enough to stay here, and that's really all I have to say. I will say this, I wish I would have probably mentally handled the Mack situation a lot better, but if a kid walks into my office after being in my backyard on Tuesday afternoon in my pool eating our food and walks into my office the next morning in his exit meeting and says, "Hey, just want to let you guys know I'm going into the portal," and doesn't say thank you, and we helped him develop. And I look at him straight in the face and say, "Sounds good. I don't have any time for you."
Pirate Radio Live, weekdays from 3 to 6, right here on Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
Welcome in. Well, the radio audience heard it. YouTube, we'll just pretend like you heard it. Hey, Sean, welcome in. Good to see you here. Thank you, buddy. That is not a Diet Mountain Dew, but I will take it. Appreciate it.
Hey, at least you got something.
We'll get to Chandler in a moment. But right now, I was introducing our guest on today's show. Luke Larsen will join us coming up in hour number 2. How in the world did he get all the way from Australia to Greenville, North Carolina? We'll tell that story. Also, coming up on today's show, Rich Shea, Major League Eating, the president of Major League Eating, will join us to talk about the Nathan's Famous hot dog eating contest coming up on July 4th. Without Joey Chestnut? ? We'll talk to Rich about that. And who are the favorites if Joey Chestnut does not show up? I keep doing that. If Joey Chestnut does not show up. It's a tongue twister. Coming up in hour number 3, Slim 80. Bryce Williams joins us, and we'll talk to East Carolina wide receivers coach Darrell Roberts. He'll join us here in the Pirate Radio studios.
Hokie High.
That he is.
Number
And
11.
He was a great player.
He was.
Back in his day, now coaching the Pirates. We've got Hokie man Mack McCarthy joining us at the far, far, far end of the table. Coach Mack, good to see you.
Good to see you. That's a cool shirt you got today.
Thank you.
Is that new?
No, this is old.
Old style.
You got a new one.
Oh, yeah, I did.
Right before the show.
Thank you very much, Mr. Ellerby.
You're going to be looking good. And to my left side,
Strong side.
Chandler Honeycutt.
What's going on?
What's up, Sean?
Just popping the top on this Tuesday, brother.
Thank you for my Mountain Dew.
All right. So
What happened?
I apologize. I thought you told me. All right. So you said, give me a do.
Yeah.
And I said, what do?
Yeah.
And then I forgot what you said after that. 'Cause I was in such
Focus
a
in, lock in, John.
I forgot what he said after that.
I apologize. I'm sorry.
No problem.
I got a little distracted.
That happens.
I had a client come in. I was rushing out the door trying to get to the Stop Shop, and I saw a client come in. I needed to give him a gift. Then I was introduced to the Holt Naylor Show, which is going to be aired on Thursday. The new they have a new producer.
Mike Houston will be on that program.
So I was introduced to him. So I apologize. I was distracted. That's not an excuse. I should have got you the right do. I didn't. I apologize. I'm sorry.
A-Harp, could you get Coach Mack? Oh, we'll welcome in A-Harp to the show. Hey, Alex.
What's up, man?
You popping the top as well.
Pop a top
Yeah,
on
on a
this Tuesday.
Good to see you,
Pop
Shirley.
a top Tuesday, Coach.
Hello, Shirley.
I'm just saying, Sean, I just want to say
I
For
have
that
no can to pop.
Yeah, that's all right.
for that conversation, Cliff asked for a do, and you were like, what kind? And you said, a diet do.
Dude.
Word for word. But it's okay, though.
Actually, it went a little different than that, but it's fine. Did I get any change back by chance?
How about this?
I'm just curious. Or are these?
How about I just bought your due? And
Whoa.
you get it back.
Oh, all is forgiven.
What a guy. Could you grab Coach Mack a water, please?
No, I'm good. I'm good.
No, I forgot to get him one.
Do you want a diet water?
Go grab him one.
Make sure it's a diet water.
Grab a tap water. Don't give him a bottle, just a tap. All right.
Oh, Lord.
Keep it. Hey, that's on me.
Jerry said Chan's still taking pictures for the scavenger hunt. Is that what you've been doing, Chandler? You've been on the scavenger hunt. Coach Mack is pretty cool. There's a downtown Greenville scavenger hunt going on. And if you and Miss Jean are looking for something to do around town, you can go to Pirate Radio right outside, take a picture, post it, and you'll have a chance to win over $600 worth of gift certificates to downtown Greenville locations.
Do you have to do all those things?
So what you do is you can do these. You can put in as many submissions as you want, and there will be – thank you, Alex. There will be a random drawing. So
Thank you.
For folks that send in 100 submissions, they might have better odds of winning. But you could take a picture outside of Pirate Radio in front of the mural, send it in, and that one could be enough.
And where do you send it in?
Email your submissions to dtgvillehunt@gmail.com.
All right.
There you go. All right. Chat gang is here. Steve says, sweet lid clip. Shout out to Jenny, who got this for me down in Florida. Great hat. Love the hat. Jerry's in the house. Jamie is in today. Tyler as well. Austin said, Clip is upset he has to drink a regular Dew over Diet. In what world is Diet preferred over regular Dew?
Diet Mountain Dew is a better soda.
In my world, Austin. I don't know whose world you live in.
And in my world.
Yeah. Austin, how does it feel to know you're wrong? That like literally everybody is saying you're wrong.
Diet sodas in general are different, but Diet Dew is the best soda.
It is
better than regular Mountain Dew.
I agree. I don't want to run through them all, but let's say there are a few diets I prefer over the regular. Diet Dew is number one on the list with a bullet. Let's talk sports. Coach Mack.
There's a lot going on. Oh, and, of course, we had two big things end last night in the NHL and college baseball.
You just said something interesting, Coach. There's a lot going on.
There is.
But really there isn't. But there is. There's not a lot of games going on, but there's a lot of
Behind the scenes.
Well, we had two decisive games last night.
Correct.
But, yeah, going forward, that was probably the last college thing to be decided. Now we look at the new world with 4 new teams in the Big 12 and 3 in the ACC and 2 in the SEC and 4 in the Big 10. What is all that going to be like?
Shirley, was it Aladdin or Little Mermaid that said a whole new world?
A whole new world? That is Little Mermaid. No,
Negative.
wait. Part of your world was Little Mermaid. A whole new world is Aladdin.
Okay, there you go. Coach Mack, it is a whole new world. And by that, we have the new conferences. We have the ACC bringing in Stanford and Cal.
Smooth.
And SMU. Did I get that right?
Yep.
We have the Big Ten adding Oregon and Washington.
And UCLA and Southern Cal.
Oh, yeah. UCLA and
How
Southern
did that
Cal.
slip your mind?
I'll tell you why in a moment. We have the Big 12 adding
Colorado, Utah, Arizona State.
Man. We have Washington State and Oregon State looking around saying, what are we doing?
They're handling things in the Big 12, splitting that money.
Are they?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. And any other
Pac-12, yeah.
Any other changes?
Oklahoma and Texas, I think they
That's
are
pretty big.
relocating. That's kind of a big deal.
The reason I thought of Washington and Oregon first going to the Big Ten before the others is because they are more relevant currently in football. As far as they are, those two programs right now are better than UCLA by far and USC, I would say.
If you go very recent.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't
not historically.
It wasn't but 2 years ago that USC was playing to go to the college football playoff. But
is that when they couldn't tackle anybody?
That's been several years. But last year they sucked. So yeah, you're right.
Yeah, so that's why I went to them first. You asked a question before we went on the air talking about this. You know, will you get used to it? Will it make sense? Something to that effect. And the answer is no. Like, I don't know if I'll ever get around to these changes. Like Boston College and even Miami and even when like Virginia Tech was out of the ACC, it took a little while, but like, okay, I can get behind that. But like Cal in the ACC, I'll never get behind that. I'll never wrap my head around it.
You know, everybody's making a big deal out of Cal and Stanford being in the ACC, which they should. I mean, it's 3,000 miles apart. But it's the same distance for UCLA and USC and Oregon and Washington being in the Big Ten, too.
That is stupid as well, but just, I guess, I don't know, something about the Atlantic Coast Conference having teams.
Pacific Coast teams?
Yeah. I think that is the deal breaker for me.
There is some irony. But, I mean, Maryland is further east than most of the ACC, to be honest. And
none of it makes sense.
And they're in the Big Ten with USC and UCLA and, as you said, Oregon and Washington, who've been more relevant for one season.
I've never really been a fan of conference pride anyway, as it is. Like chanting ACC or SEC or whatever. It's really about that one school that's winning. Like I don't know. I get the financial impact if, say, Cincinnati makes a run to the college football playoff, or UCF, one year they about upset Duke in the NCAA tournament with Taco Fall. But I wasn't pulling for them. I get the financial impact. That'd be great if we get that, cool. But just because UCF wins a few games in the NCAA tournament doesn't mean East Carolina's any better because they're in the American. I just never got behind that crap.
Yeah, it's interesting, and different fans are different ways. And certainly Pirate fans, for the most part, do not pull for NC State or North Carolina no matter what, although in certain situations it could help East Carolina if those teams did well.
How's that?
Well, for RPI, for one thing, if NC State is winning baseball games and we beat NC State, same for Carolina, same for Duke, same for Wake.
So, Mack, are you telling everybody we should root for those teams?
I'm not telling you what to do at all because I don't want to be on any of those chat room message boards. I don't want to be on those things. And I have successfully avoided them for the most part since retirement.
Were you on them while you were coaching?
Probably, although I never knew it.
No, I thought you meant like reading.
Oh no,
you mean just your name being on?
No, I'm not reading it for sure.
You've
I figured you roasted my butt a couple times. You do it on the air, so why not do it in anonymously?
I am very fair and very honest, and you know what? I'm a fan. I'm not a journalist. I'm not a media member. I'm a fan, and I react as a fan, which sometimes is a little off the rails.
Maybe that ought to be a disclaimer to start the show. I'm doing this as a fan. I'm not a media member.
I like that.
Yeah.
Hey, can you get a scroll that says Clip is not a member of the media, Clip is a fan, Clip is an idiot? That would be good. Sean, what do you think about these conferences, pal?
Yeah, it's definitely weird. You have a team from the West Coast coming and joining a conference that's meant for the Atlantic Coast, and it's going to take some time to get used to it. And it's funny because when you were talking about getting used to some different teams in recent years joining different conferences. For me, it was Maryland. I remember, watching Maryland in the ACC.
Still weird.
And I actually now kind of got used to it. And now Jerry, he said, I believe it was Jerry, says, I will never get used to Maryland being a Big Ten school. And I'm like you, Clip. I think it is going to take a while. Or
no,
maybe, it's never going to get into your mind that Cal is in the ACC. SMU is in the ACC. What are these matchups going to look like? Not even just the matchups, but look at these TV deals. No more SEC on CBS anymore.
Bogus.
I mean, it's crazy just to think about. And we're talking about it now, but we're going to see it for reality come September. And it's just going to be very, very weird. It's going to be strange. Is this the end? I don't think so.
No, it's not. I've got a question for both of you, but first I am getting text messages that several entities are revoking media credentials for Clip.
Oh yeah. Well, I guess that's part of the problem, that I'm not a media member. So why give me credentials?
All right, talking about the new teams in the league, okay? And you've got different situations. You've got some good teams coming in, like Oregon's going to be very good. Washington, you don't know. UCLA's probably not going to be good. USC could be, but Cal.
Who's UCLA's coach? It's not Chip.
Former player there.
He was the running backs coach.
Yeah, for somebody else.
Oh man.
Coach. Deshaun Foster?
Deshaun Foster.
Yeah.
Former Panther? Yeah, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, you're fine. But do any of these possibilities with new teams coming to the league set up good rivalries?
I was just about to say.
Do any of them that, ring? Like USC Michigan or Texas Alabama?
I could see Texas. I could see maybe the SEC there. Texas LSU or Bama, like you said.
I think there's some potential, especially depending on how the games go. If they're close, how chippy they get. I don't know. Do some of these players that are going to be playing against each other, I know it's not going to be a lot of regional action going on, but do some of these players know some of the players on the opposite team? So I'm excited about the potential of some of these new rivalries, but it's definitely not going to overshadow the rivalries that we see today.
I'm worried about SMU, Georgia Tech. That's got potential to just get out of control. Those fan bases hate each other.
SMU and Boston College, my gosh.
How about SMU raising $160 million last year? 60 more than number one in the country, Texas A&M.
That's nuts.
That's nuts.
I mean, so that was the biggest number, I guess.
That's nuts. $158 million they raised, and the next biggest was not quite 60. It was 111 at Texas A&M. Clemson was up there in that area too, but SMU broke all the fundraising records. And on top of that, they told the ACC, let us in. We don't want any of your TV money. We'll just pay it ourselves.
Speaking of the rivalries and the potential new rivalries, when will we know that it's a rivalry? How can we tell? Well,
one thing about a rivalry is the teams have to be good. So we can eliminate a lot of that right now.
Well,
if the two teams aren't good, it's not a rivalry. I'm sorry.
what if this is different, but what if Army and Navy are both 0-12? I mean, that's still a rivalry.
Yeah, that might be the exception. You're right.
All right. I got them. Kind of. Halfway.
Michigan and Ohio State are both hovering around 500 when they play.
That's never happened.
That's not a good example.
Ohio State has never been bad.
Yeah.
Ever.
No, to your point, I think what makes a good rivalry, I don't necessarily agree they both have to be good, but they both have to win at different times in the rivalry. It can't be just one team beating up on the other. That's not a rivalry.
Yeah, like Virginia Tech won 25 of the last 27 against Virginia or whatever.
Yeah.
So it's not a rivalry.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to call it that. It really is.
Johnny says, Johnny Stats, in a 6-week span, Washington has road games against Rutgers, Iowa, Indiana, and Penn State. Good luck with that.
Good gracious.
So some challenging teams there with Iowa, Penn State, but just the travel is nuts.
Yeah, it is going to be. And you wonder if any of those teams will do like the NFL. Like in the NFL right now, if San Francisco plays Philly and Atlanta, they don't go home. They actually go to the Greenbrier and practice the week in between and then go on to Atlanta. You wonder if and of course, none of them have classes, but of course, so much is online. Is that even a factor?
Yeah.
We haven't talked about academics in many years.
Yeah, not really. I don't like to pretend that matters to people.
Yeah,
so.
But we talked about the potential for new rivalries, and of course, go ahead.
Yeah, before we get there, because we're going to segue into it.
Okay.
Another thing I hate, Jerry says, John Elway and Eric Dickerson, ACC legends. When these conferences put out those commercials of Eric Dickerson running the ACC, who are they fooling? What are they doing it just to be funny almost? It's God, I hate all that stuff. Mack, we will get to rivalries. Are we missing rivalries? What are the best rivalries right now? What makes a better rivalry? Individual sports or team sports? I'm acting like I came up with this topic. Mac did, but I am putting it out to the world. We'll do that and more when we return. Pirate Radio Live here on a busy Tuesday. Got Luke Larsen, Darrell Roberts, Bryce Williams, Rich Shea, and Mac. We are back with you when Shirley hits the music, which is coming up in right now.
Great time to buy a used vehicle.
It's not a great time, it's a perfect time to buy a used car from Brown & Wood. We have over 115 used vehicles in stock, and we're number one in the market on price. We have limited lifetime powertrain on all of our used cars under 80,000 miles, so go to brownandwoodauto.com to find out more. 4 brands, 3 generations, 2 rooftops, and 1 goal, to make sure you leave a happy customer.
Pirate Water Wicked Tea is here. Set sail for the next Pirate Water adventure. Barstool's best drink is back with delicious Wicked Tea. A strong, smooth, uncarbonated brew flavor with hints of lemon. It's the toughest tea to take on the high seas. Go to drinkpiratewater.com to find the new Pirate Water Wicked Tea in a location near you.
We're going planking!
21 and older. Please drink responsibly.
You want a sub made the authentic Jersey way? You go to Jersey Mike's. You want a radio idea? You go to me. Like this. I'm a talking dog that only talks about Jersey Mike's. My owner says, "Hey, buddy." And I'm like, "Get me an authentic Jersey sub." He says, "That's all you ever think about." And I say, "No. I also think about teaching myself to drive the Jersey Mike's, but until I figure that out, you're all I have." Woof, woof. Made the authentic Jersey way since 1956. Jersey Mike's, a sub above.
If you're in the market for a swimming pool and you're located from the capital to the coast, Elite Pools can make it happen for you. They are the Carolina's premier fiberglass and concrete pool builder and renovation contractor. Every pool is built with the highest quality products and on schedule. Visit the Elite Pool showroom located across from Agri Supply in Greenville with fiberglass pools on site and a design center to simplify all of your pool selections. They also have a full service department with pool supplies and they provide expert water analysis. Call Elite Pools today at 689-6557 or visit elitepoolsnc.com. For pools, think Elite Pools.
This is Talbot Green with Integrity Home Mortgage. Are you ready and pre-approved if the home you want to purchase comes for sale today? This is a very important step when trying to purchase a home in the current market. Integrity Home Mortgage offers a wide variety of loan programs. Our team of Talbot Green, Braxton Green, and Joe M. Weir has over 50 years of experience and is committed to providing you with the superior customer service you deserve.
To get started, call me, Braxton Green, at 526-8260.
Braxton Green, NMLS 222-3878. For informational purposes only, Integrity Home Mortgage Corporation is an equal housing lender, NMLS 208516.
Russell's is a full-service clothing store for both men and women. Family-owned and operated in historic downtown Washington for 41 years. This is Rhonda from Russell's, and we visit the country's largest markets to bring you quality clothing at affordable prices. From the finest in men's suits, sports coats, and accessories to fashionable dresses, tops, and jewelry for the women. Our attention to every detail means personal service and in-house alterations. Give Russell's a try. You, our pirate friends and customers at Russell's Clothing in downtown Washington. Go Pirates!
The convenience of Pitt Greenville Airport is waiting just outside your front door. Service is back, so you're connected to destinations worldwide through flights from American Airlines. Plan your next trip. Book your flights today at flypgv.com or aa.com.
Good news, business travelers. PGV and American Airlines has added a new early morning flight available now. Book today at aa.com and be on time for that connection in Charlotte. Fast, convenient, and close to home, PGV has American flights perfect for your next trip. PGV, where the Pirates fly.
Do you ever talk to yourself about where to eat today, and then you hear
Warren's Hot Dogs?
Then you're thinking, yeah, 2 hot dogs, chips, and a drink for $7.50 would be awesome.
Warren's Hot Dogs.
And maybe some homemade lemonade, perhaps a pizza or a sub, and definitely an apple or peach turnover.
Warren's Hot Dogs.
Don't overthink where to eat today. Go to Warren's Hot Dogs in Greenville across from Ron Ayers or in Chocowinity next to the fire station. Warren's Hot Dogs, serving the Pirate Nation since 1991. Go Pirates!
Pirate Radio.
It is my intention to commandeer one of these ships, pick up a crew and Tortuga, raid, pillage, plunder, and otherwise pilfer my Weasley blackguards out.
I said no lies.
I think he's telling the truth.
The voice of the Pirate Nation. You're listening to Hour 1 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour is brought to you by Pirate Water. Get ready to party, pirates. Go to drinkpiratewater.com to find your new treasure. 21 and older only. Pirate Water. Why be yourself when you can be a pirate? Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Brown & Wood is your home of the best selection of GMC, Cadillac, Buick, and Mazda in Eastern North Carolina since 1937. Shop their entire inventory online at brownandwoodauto.com or visit them on Greenville Boulevard. Brown & Wood, Greenville's #1 dealership and the home of the lifetime powertrain warranty. Now let's head back into PRL. Here's Clip.
Back with you, Pirate Radio Live. I watched the last 3 innings of the baseball game last night and the last 7 minutes of hockey, just to say I did, because I wanted to be a good sports fan. This is about it for a while, so I made sure to at least catch a little bit of it. I saw Tennessee extend their lead in, what was that, the 7th or the 8th, and then credit A&M, they fought back. They got the tying run on a couple times, but Tennessee, too much.
I have been a huge sports fan the past week, and I've been a huge sports fan with my good buddy Zach Kaplan. Watched the NBA championship last week with him, and of course last night with the NCAA College World Series championship, Game 7 of the Stanley Cup. If you had the under 10.5 on that Tennessee Texas A&M game, I'm so sorry.
Because the dude kept throwing wild pitches.
Because well, get this, Zach Kaplan had the under. Guys on first for Texas A&M. He takes second easily. Nobody's trying to get him at second. Very next pitch, the pitcher does not realize he's at second. He goes to pick him off at first. That's a balk.
That's a balk.
Takes him to third. Zach's like, man, if this ruins my under, man, it's 6-4. It's right at 10 total runs. Wild pitch. The guy scores 6-5. He ends up striking the guy out anyway. Game's over. Tennessee wins.
There's a lesson, folks.
But he broke even. He had Texas to win it. He actually took Texas on the live line.
Tennessee.
Tennessee, excuse me. He took them plus 115 when they lost game 1 of the finals. So got some good money there.
All right. Thank you for giving us a Zach Kaplan gambling update. Brought to you by, do we have that sponsored yet?
Zach Kaplan.
All right.
Chances one of those two coaches from last night end up at Texas?
97.5%.
Wow.
I don't know. Apparently, I haven't heard. I had a source yesterday tell me it was going to be the Texas A&M coach, but apparently that was discussed post-game.
Yeah, somebody asked him about, which did a certain team.
By the way,
he blew the guy up a little bit.
He said it was selfish for him to ask that question.
But then he came and said it's your job too. So I don't know, which one you want to take.
I seem to recall a Kansas basketball coach after an important loss saying I could give a bleep about North Carolina right now, and ended up at Carolina.
Roy Williams.
I mean, I remember a certain coach that said, I'm not going to be the Alabama head coach. That was Nick Saban. So I don't put any stock into what these guys say, especially
coaches are the worst, aren't they?
They are. But Matt, I mean, seriously, right after a game, like, there's a lot of emotion.
But the guy needed to ask. The guy needed to ask. If it's Texas, and the AD at Texas is the guy who hired him at TCU. So
I'm not a media member, but if I was, I would say kudos to that man for asking that question.
Oh, you got to buy tickets to get in the games.
Mac, what percentage do you give?
I don't know. I mean, after Schlossnagle shot it out of the water, you only got one shot left.
Do you really think he's out of it, though?
I do.
Okay.
I do believe him. And, of course, I probably would have believed Saban, too. And look what happened 6 national championships later.
Fooled me 6 times. Shame on me.
But, it's tough. And we were talking before the show about Tennessee and all of this success. That's the first national championship they've had in anything, I guess, since '98 when they won football. But think of how things have changed with the AD, with Danny White going, the son of Kevin White, a long time Duke AD. I guess he was at Notre Dame and Arizona State before that. But think of what Danny White has done with Josh Heupel and the rebuilding of football and now baseball, and certainly basketball's in good hands. And again, we were talking before. It isn't like they didn't have good ADs before. Mike Hamilton's one of the smartest guys. You can know. John Curry was successful at Kansas State, successful at Wake Forest. Philip Fulmer, very successful football coach. Dave Hart, been a successful AD multiple places. It wasn't like they didn't have good ADs, but Danny White has done something special and has made great hires that are working out. And now all of a sudden, Tennessee is one of the featured teams in the league again after a hiatus that involved Derek Dooley and Lane Kiffin and Butch Jones and Coach Pruitt with the McDonald's bags of cash. So
yeah.
And they even survived the scandals of Bruce Pearl and Donnie Tyndall in basketball.
Yeah, we tend to kind of focus on football when it comes to ADs and hires, but that was a rough string post Philip Fulmer. Kiffin, who he jetted out to go to USC.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Then they went Derek Dooley, disaster there. Butch Jones, as you said, had 7 games over 500.
They're still making fun of him for saying we're champions in life.
And Jeremy Pruitt was 5-19. Great bar. 5-19, not a good record.
5-19 is not good, but it's really bad when you're cheating and you're 5-19.
2-16 in league play. And Coach, when they hired Josh Heupel, I thought part of my judgment was maybe clouded on the previous run of coaches they've had, but
sure.
I didn't think it would work. And so far, I've been way off on that.
Yeah, and Danny White, and you go back in Danny White's career at Buffalo, he hires a couple guys you might know, Nate Oates and a guy named Dan Hurley. I've heard they did well,
both in the Final Four this year.
The Final Four this year, and then at UCF, Coach Frost, who was great there, not so good at Nebraska, his alma mater. Coach Dawkins, who's done well.
This guy's on fire.
Heupel. I mean, the guy, it makes such a difference. And you can be a quality AD, but still there's a difference when you're making these kind of hires.
The Tennessee Athletics Resurrection. What are they looked at in football this year, Coach Mack?
Pretty darn good.
Do we have
They've
like
got
a
great
too early
quarterback?
Do we have a top 25? I like their quarterback from, was it last year or 2 years ago? Hooker.
Yeah,
Hendon Hooker.
Hendon Hooker
Got hurt.
I watched him
But
at
man,
Dudley
he was
High
fun.
School.
Yeah.
Watched him where?
At Dudley High School.
Really?
Cape Fear High School played them, which is a high school near where I'm from. Proud alum. Gavin Williams went there. And very first play, somebody said this guy is committed to Virginia Tech. It was Hendon Hooker.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, really? Very first play, he rolls to his left and across his body, threw it 60 yards. On a dime. And I was like, man, that guy's pretty good. He ended up going to Virginia Tech, transferring to Tennessee, and now I think he might be with the Lions now.
Oh, of course, that quarterback you're talking about, Coach Mack, is Nico. I am a believer.
Yeah. I am the believer?
Now, I saw her face. I'm a believer.
I'm a believer.
I got to say, I'm not familiar with him, but Tennessee.
He was the number one quarterback in the country 2 years ago and got paid a ton.
Okay. They are number 15 in ESPN's post-spring top 25, so that's what they're looked at going into this season. Coach Mack, you wanted to bring up rivalries.
Well, this came up because
I know why.
Of the Caitlin Clark, Angel Reese thing, and I don't know. They don't really play the same position or anything, but it certainly has become. They met in featured games at LSU and Iowa, and now they've met 3 times already or 4 times already in the WNBA. But it triggered a lot of talk on social media and talk radio about the different rivalries, and most of the great ones that people brought up, and they were talking individual more than team. They weren't talking so much the team because this isn't the Fever against the Sky. This is Angel against Caitlin. Yeah. A lot of them came up as individual sports, but there were some, really significant team sports ones too, like Brady versus Manning, for instance, or the biggest individual one in a team sport of all time, in my opinion, Magic Johnson versus Larry Bird, which transformed the NBA overall.
Yeah. Do we have big time rivalries, individual? So I guess I'm more of a team sports guy, and yes, there can be individual rivalries in team sports, but like Ohio State, Michigan, Duke, Carolina, Red Sox, Yankees, all that. I can get into more of that. There's
don't start with the Redskin thing or the Cowboy Commander thing, because it's like 78-48. That if it's not competitive, it's not a rivalry.
Don't start with that, Cliff.
Don't start with that one.
Don't you dare start with it.
I was literally about to talk about how I love NFC East. But you're right. I have nothing to say as far as that goes. And it saddens me that the Cowboys care more about and hate the Eagles more than Washington now.
Yeah.
That really upsets me, but I understand why.
Yeah,
we are irrelevant.
Your guys have become irrelevant. We didn't mean to get off on that track.
Speaking of individual rivalries in sports, I guess the most recent one I can think of, but now it's not a rivalry because they both respect each other, Brooks Koepka and Bryson DeChambeau in golf.
Yeah, I was going to ask, do we have a golf rivalry?
There have been some great ones in golf all the way back to Nicklaus Palmer, although Nicklaus was just coming on as Palmer was going out. Tiger and Phil was probably a little bit, but there have been some in golf, but I don't think there are any in golf right now
No. Well,
because the Live Tour and the PGA Tour and
the Bryson DeChambeau and Brooks Koepka rivalry, I think that was more of a personal rivalry more than a athletic rivalry.
Yeah.
They hated each other.
Yeah.
Jamie says, was Peyton Brady a rivalry? I always thought it was more Colts Pats.
No, because it was even when it was Colts and then it was Broncos too. So I think that was a rivalry. I think it was. What do you all think?
Yeah, because it was more probably Peyton Brady than Colts Pats because the Patriots did play other teams on their Super Bowl runs. They would play the Steelers and the Ravens and teams like that. So the Jets one year with Rex Ryan. So I think it was more.
They both had incredible stats, but
Yeah.
Brady kept winning the championships.
Yeah. Jamie says Magic Bird, once they got to the NBA, it was Lakers Celtics. It turned into that because of great surrounding Bird and Magic, but it was still Bird Magic. And I you know what? I didn't watch. I came up on the Jordan era post Johnson and Bird for the most part, but I've watched the documentaries. I've seen it. I mean, it was Bird Magic. People had to. You couldn't like both of them.
Yeah.
You had to pick one.
Yeah,
basically.
yeah. And they were both wearing the old Converse All-Stars.
They did the commercial.
That was pretty good. Those were good.
There's a great shot in the documentary. It was a courtship of rivals, which is awesome to watch. It shows them kind of hating each other. More Bird just being a jerk because Magic was a good guy, and then Magic was like, all right, if he's not going to be my friend, I'm going to hate this guy. But Pat Riley saw the commercial come out with the Converses, and he's like, did these guys really just sell out? Did Larry Bird sell out?
What's the answer?
Money.
Money.
So,
But and there were some other ones in basketball too, like Russell versus Chamberlain.
Okay.
That was big.
I'll take your word for it.
I understand you're not old enough to know that, but you are a history buff.
No, yeah,
of sports.
certainly. I'm trying to
Even though
think.
you've lost your media credentials, it's okay.
Did Jordan?
A fan can be a history buff.
Did Jordan have a rival?
I don't think so. I don't think so.
No.
I don't think so.
Did the Bulls have a rival?
He had people that people set up as a difficult opponent for him. Like I remember when Gerald Wilkins went to the Knicks just to guard Jordan.
Yeah.
That didn't go all that well, but he probably had as much success as anybody else did.
I guess early on, which the Pistons had a rival with the entire league pretty much, but Pistons
with civilization.
Pistons, Lakers, but also Pistons, Bulls, maybe
Bulls
early
was
Jordan.
big. Yeah.
Like, what about baseball individual rivalries? Like,
Well, Pedro versus the Yankees after he body slammed Don Zimmer, and then later had to said in a press conference, "The Yankees are my daddy." But I don't know. Like, well, McGuire Sosa, it was like a friendly rivalry for a year.
Yeah. When they were competing for a certain thing. Yeah.
But
Bonds was probably in that group some when they were all trying to break the home run record.
But no, I can't really think of any good individual baseball. Help me out. Mike P., I was going to get to this too. LeBron has never had a rival because he's been better than everybody.
Yeah, I guess there was the LeBron-Kobe talk early in his career when Kobe was still, in his prime too.
Oh, Alex, you're trying to get in here.
Yeah, I would
just
definitely
speak up because sometimes I don't look over there.
I would definitely argue the Steph Curry and the Warriors for LeBron.
Oh, okay. So
During
like
that
a
run?
Warriors, Cavs more so, or Steph, LeBron. Okay, because they played in the finals 3 years in a row.
4 years in a row.
4, yeah. All right, I'll give you that one. That's a point for you.
Appreciate that.
How about tennis? As good as
tennis has had some of the greatest ones.
But we got to go back.
Yeah, you
to
gotta go. Well, you don't have to go back that far because Federer and Nadal is just recently over with.
Is Djokovic in there with one of them, or
Djokovic versus the humanity? Also,
yeah, I mean
nobody likes Djokovic.
Jerry's got
cheering for Djokovic.
Here's a good one. I hadn't really thought about the teammate part of it. Shaq versus Kobe.
Internal
rivalry. Jerry says after they broke up, but seemingly even before then. would have been a rivalry.
Even that. Chris Everett and Navratilova. That was probably one of the great ones. And then Connors versus everybody. But Federer, Nadal, even though Nadal had a pretty good advantage over him, they didn't meet all that many times, compared to a lot of different people, and they had some epic matches too. But I'd say that's one of the great individual ones of all time.
Jamie says boxing rivals may be the best rivalries. They are literally throwing punches at each other, but the problem is, and I am not a current boxing fan, but is boxing relevant at all in 2024? When there's a fight, I do see people talking about it on social media, like a few people I follow. But I enjoyed it in the 90s, thanks to that illegal cable box my dad had, so we could get the pay-per-views. Shout out, Dad.
Statute of limitations is up.
So I watched some mid to late Tysons. In fact, me and my friends were watching the Holyfield Bid-Ear live, which is a moment I won't forget. But like Lennox Lewis, and I say all this, I don't remember any great rivalries when I was watching boxing. You might have to go back before the 90s to find some.
Yeah.
You might have to go back to like Frazier and Ali, right? That's one of the all-time greats, I guess.
Frazier and Ali, and then
Foreman.
And then Ali and Foreman. Yeah. But yeah, it would be hard. And boxing, I don't even know. I can't name a boxer right now.
Yeah.
And I really can't name the MMA or UFC people either, but they keep popping up on the internet pages I look at in sports. So I guess they're considered sports.
Alex, you know what sports entertainment company has the best rivalries? It would be
that is World Wrestling Entertainment.
It would be in the sport of professional wrestling. You literally make the rivalries, and they still.
If things are scripted, though, is it really a rivalry?
Are you saying these pro sports aren't scripted?
I'm saying, I'll tell you, and my daughter would be horrified that I'm telling the story. But when she was little, she liked the wrestling. She
sounds like a cool kid to me.
She didn't watch it all the time, but when she did watch it, it was intriguing to her. So I took her to WWE, WWF, whatever. We're ringside seats, and we're walking through the arena because obviously I can walk through the arena since we were coaching there. And the supposed rivals were sitting and eating with each other, and it crushed her. It crushed her. She said, "Why is that happening?" And I did the good dad thing. I said, "That's just." I said, "It's just part of it. That they really hate each other." Yeah. And I went ahead and let her keep that in mind. But
good for you, Dad.
It just crushed her that they were in there and acting civilized to each other. And we also ran into that. A bunch of my players were big wrestling fans. Unfortunately, we'd see them in the airports at Charleston, West Virginia, or Charleston, South Carolina, or Charlotte, and they'd all be sitting together. And some of our guys, it blew their minds that those people were civilized.
College kids?
Yes, college kids.
Alex doesn't understand what you're talking about right now. He's like, "What do you mean? What do you mean Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes were eating with each other?"
I'm just shaking my head because, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I'm not in the headspace to defend it at the moment. But obviously it's fake. But so is every television show in the history of forever.
Well, but to Mack's point, we're not talking about TV rivalries right now. We are talking about real sports. So I understand.
Okay, true.
I get it. It was kind of a joke, but it got us a great story, and it got Alex kind of mad. So I'm glad I brought it up. Jerry says NWO versus WCW, great rivalry. It was. That was one of the best. And I'm NWO for life, by the way. We'll take a break, come back, have more with Mack McCarthy here, Hour 1 of Pirate Radio Live. The hour flies by when we're talking with Mack McCarthy, but we got another segment with him when we return after this.
Save the date and party like pirates on August 29th for the annual Pirate Radio Football Kickoff Party, featuring special guest, American Idol musician Blake Prohl.
What's up, guys? It's Blake Prohl. I'm so excited to announce that I'll be back in Greenville Thursday, August 29th for the Pirate Radio Football Kickoff Party. It's been way too long, but I can't wait to see you, Pirate Nation, and go Pirates.
Join the fun with a performance by country music band Should Have Been Cowboys and so much more. Save the date and join us at the annual Pirate Radio Football Kickoff Party, August 29th.
America's favorite light beer, Bud Light, is also the official beer of the ECU Pirates. When planning your fun times at the pool, river, beach, or backyard grilling, be sure to pick up some Bud Light at your favorite retailer. Bud Light carefully brews their beer to be perfect for anywhere there is fun, because when there's fun, Bud Light is there. Have fun this summer, Pirate Nation, and always stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989.
Hey Pirate Nation, it's Caleb with Stroud's Marine. Boating season is here, and at Stroud's Marine we're stocked up with over 20,000 pre-owned parts. We've got everything you need from propellers, lower units, trim units, electrical and fuel parts, and just about anything else you need for an outboard. Speaking of outboards, we will buy your old ones. And as always, our mission is to save you money and get you back out on the water as quickly as possible. Visit StroudsMarine.com today for more information. Stroud's Marine, your best source for salvaged outboard parts.
The brunch is back. The famous brunch buffet at Fifth Street Hardware has a variety of breakfast and lunch items from 10:30 to 2, including an omelet station and prime rib, and a special Sunday cocktail menu, including mimosa flights. Don't forget, Fifth Street Hardware has lunch specials every day, along with over 40 beers on tap. Trivia Wednesday, live music every Thursday night, and a late night menu through the weekend. Visit FifthStreetHardware.com or give them a follow on Facebook and Instagram for a weekly lineup and more. Go Pirates!
Worth Chiropractic and his team are offering a new patient special only at the new location. Come see them at this fantastic facility. A visit to our new location gets you a free consult, complete exam, digital x-rays, and more for only $29. Our amazing new patient $29 deal is only available at the new location, Worth Chiropractic West, 2100 West Arlington Boulevard, offering the same safe, no surgery, drug-free treatment, convenient, comfortable, and cost-effective.
East Coast Grading and Utilities is your source for clearing, hauling dirt, and concrete work. East Coast Grading and Utilities handles all sewer and water issues as well.
I'm David Vaughn. Whether putting in a new subdivision or helping you with any and all of your drainage problems, I can get the job done. Call me at 531-7494.
No job is too big or too small. East Coast Grading and Utilities. Friends helping friends. 531-7494 for East Coast Grading and Utilities.
Familia is your go-to spot for the best Italian dishes around, including pizzas, pastas, salads, and homemade desserts. And now Familia has BOGO specials. That's right, whether it's dine-in or takeout, you can get buy one, get one spaghetti and meatballs on Tuesdays, lasagna on Wednesdays, and baked ziti on Thursdays. As always, Familia has their weekly Pizza of the Week special for just $14. So go ahead and place your order online or call 689-6330, and Familia will have your order ready in their drive-thru window for pickup. Familia on Fire Tower Road in Winterville near Pitt Community College. Go Pirates!
Hey Pirate fans, this is Cliff Godwin. Summer is upon us, and I want to invite you to attend our CG23 Youth Camp here at East Carolina University. We will offer 3 sessions of camp. All camps will be held at Clark LeClaire Stadium, and campers will get baseball instruction from the ECU baseball staff and players. Campers will play games each day, and each camp ends with our famous Pirate Slip and Slide. Full day and half day sessions offered. For more information, visit CliffGodwinBaseballCamp.com. See you there, and go Pirates!
This is Alex Harper, the current long snapper of the East Carolina Pirates, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
I know I pay minimum wages. Come on. Everybody that works, give me a hand.
You're listening to Hour 1 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour is brought to you by Pirate Water. Get ready to party, pirates. Go to drinkpiratewater.com to find your new treasure. 21 and older only. Pirate Water. Why be yourself when you can be a pirate? Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Are you in outside sales and looking for an opportunity to increase your earning potential? Copy Pro has been in Eastern North Carolina for over 45 years and continues to grow each year, and they are in need of more sales professionals with a desire to potentially make a six-figure income. Do you have what it takes? Visit copypro.net today to submit your resume and to learn more. Now let's head back in to PRL. Here's Cliff.
Look, I get it, Alex. You were a little emotional that last segment. You get a little, but you got to keep your head in the game and do your job, man. You can't let emotions take over and have the camera on that room the entire commercial break.
I messed up. My bad.
Yeah.
Hey, wait, camera on which room?
Your room, Shirley Rose.
Oh.
We got everything. We got for the last 4 minutes. We got everything you were doing in there.
Oh crap!
We can read your lips. Welcome back in.
Ratings through the roof.
That was our highest viewed commercial break of all time.
We just gained 10 viewers.
All right, it is.
Alex knew what he was doing the whole time.
Good, smart man, A-Harp. Ticket Tuesday. Mm-hmm. And we are giving away a family 4-pack of tickets to the Yard Gnomes.
Yard.
Coming up today. I haven't been to a game. I plan to get out there. Have not been yet. But we'll go check out the Yard Gnomes, and you can go see the Yard Gnomes coming up for free, thanks to Ticket Tuesday, brought to you by Toby Williams and Sailor Warehouse. We'll give those away later on in today's program. Mack, I got to give you credit today. You came up with 3 topics, and we babbled about them for 50 minutes, and we hit all of them. So now I'm out of Mack topics. Chandler, what's on your mind?
Nothing much.
Would Miss McCarthy like a diet update?
Oh, you're not going to get one. You're not going to get one.
Is it going south?
It's going a little south. It's not bad, but program is not going so good.
Okay.
But being in that program, I'm not going to mention the name, but being in that program
raised your awareness.
Raised my awareness, and guess what I'm about to do when I get done with the show? I'm going to go to the store, get me some healthy food, and meal prep.
All right, so you created some good habits.
Yes.
That's good. That's a good thing.
Cliff, would you like an update on EA Sports College Football 25?
Would I?
So EA Sports released their own list of the top 25 toughest places to play.
Okay. All right. Well, this will be good, Coach Mack. You can get into
I saw this, yeah.
Oh, you saw the
Oh,
list?
you saw it. Top 5, number 1, Kyle Field of Texas A&M.
I was going to try to guess some.
Oh.
Just so you go ahead. No, that's fine. That's fine. Either way you want to go. But Kyle Field, just so you know, Texas A&M, since joining the SEC, is 24-20.
Well, what
against
about
SEC opponents?
What about at home?
That's at home.
That's at home. 24-20.
24-20, and they're the number 1 home field advantage. BS.
Ooh, that's nuts.
That is nuts.
Do you have any other guesses for the top 5?
LSU's going to be up there.
LSU Tiger Stadium is number 3.
Tennessee.
Neyland Stadium, they are number 13.
Do we?
Who's good? Just go with that.
I know, but I want to go with who I think should be up there.
Gotcha.
Like, I would think Death Valley, Clemson would be up there, but it's probably in the teens.
Memorial Stadium, Death Valley, Clemson is number 12.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So Ohio State and Michigan are going to be up there, but I've heard Michigan from Alex Harper is not that scary of a stadium to go to, but it's definitely up there. What number is it?
Michigan Stadium is number 16.
Okay, credit to them. Good. They didn't just sell
Which
out.
I honestly think is fair.
Yeah, okay.
What about Florida?
The Swamp, Ben Hill Griffin Stadium, number 10.
All right, I'm going to guess this and hope it made the top 25. Maybe this is why Mack is so angry.
Okay.
But Lane Stadium deserves to be on that list.
It's on the list.
Where are they, Alex?
Lane Stadium, number 17.
Okay.
Wow.
Fair.
All right, here's one.
Virginia Tech.
Happy Valley.
Happy Valley, that is Penn State, correct?
Yes.
Beaver Stadium is number 6.
So we still haven't named number 2.
Yeah, I don't know why you all
4 or
missed
5.
this.
Is it going to be Bama just because they're so good?
It is Memorial Stadium in
Okay.
Tuscaloosa.
Fair.
And who else would be really good?
Everybody in the SEC. Auburn,
Like
Georgia.
Who won back-to-back national championships?
Georgia.
Georgia is number 5.
Where's the shoe?
That is number 4.
There you go.
Yeah. So we're just naming good teams at this point. I'm thinking about like crazy atmospheres, which a lot of those are with the good teams.
How about a group of 5 stadium in the top 25? Boise State.
Bingo.
Albertson Stadium, number 24.
They like to throw a little bone to the
Ranked
little guys.
higher than Mississippi State and the Cowbells.
Good. All right, interesting.
Is it just the top 25?
Yep, just top 25.
Where is East Carolina?
That's where I was wanting to go.
For
I wanted
some
to see
reason, Dowdy Fick did not make the list.
where is East Carolina on that list.
But it's high on the list. They did other lists too, and Dowdy Ficklin is pretty high on the other list. I think it's number. I think it may be number 3 in the group of 5, maybe.
That would make sense.
Oh, let me
I hope they have the foghorn on third downs.
stall
in the
for
game.
like 2 seconds. Clip. I'll look that up.
Chris Jericho made a list, Alex.
You just made the list.
Coach Mack. So how about the end of the golf tournament on Sunday? Did y'all watch that?
Yeah, that
with
was
the
crazy.
protesters.
Crazy.
And they had to.
So I saw a meme that said Scotty Scheffler seeing the police on the whole 18. And it's like,
And he's not supposed to associate with felons, Nippy.
Credit to Kim.
Yes.
For making the putt.
Yeah.
And the shot before the putt.
Forcing the overtime. Yeah.
And then credit to Scheffler for just saying, all right, let's end this thing.
I'll still win.
Yeah, let's get this thing over with. But that was weird. NASCAR.
How do you judge Scheffler's accomplishments when half the golfers aren't playing in the tournaments he won?
Great question. I wish Mully was coming in at 4 because he's like a big Tony Finau fan. And I would text him if I see, which Finau's been playing really good lately. But I would text him and be like, Finau's in the hunt. And he's like, who cares? He's not playing against anybody. Like, he's big on the everything's so watered down now.
Yeah, but the only time they get together is the majors.
So that is a good point because all I've thought about is Scotty Scheffler's dominance, and they're comparing him to Tiger's run.
Yeah, you can't compare him.
That's a good point.
At all.
Yeah. NASCAR, long delay, right?
Yeah, huge delay. And I didn't think they were going to restart it. And then they went out on the wet tires, and it made for great racing.
Christopher Bell.
Christopher Bell.
Same guy that got in trouble for
earlier in the week
scooping. Yeah.
And then they let him run the press conference today to announce Chase Briscoe formally coming to JGR.
I saw Joe Gibbs had a laugh about it. Something like, "Hey, if you're going to win races, you can spoil anything you want."
Christopher Bell can do anything he wants.
All right, so there you go. Now it's Major League Baseball. You into the Olympics at all, Coach Mack?
No.
All right. Well, we'll preview college football all summer. How about that?
Yes.
We will not be here next week. Have a happy 4th of July.
Oh, man.
We'll see you in 2 weeks.
I'll text you if you want me to.
I'll call you.
Coach, I've been begging
No, you wouldn't even bring me a drink.
Coach, I've been begging them to let me host the show while everyone's gone, and I'll have you come in, but,
All you got to do, I have no life. I'll be glad to come in.
All right,
Come
next
on,
Tuesday, A-Harp and Coach Mack. They will talk about wrestling and butt heads for an hour. I'd tune into that.
No, we'll talk about NASCAR.
All right, fair enough.
And long snapping.
Mac, what's your must?
I'll get his recommendations to somebody to take care of my ticket.
Oh, man, we missed a huge rivalry. Emma chiming in. Tanya Harding versus Nancy Kerrigan.
The best. I mean, anytime you have your opponent taken out.
That makes a rivalry.
Yes, she's right.
That is a rivalry. Coach Mack, what is your go-to July 4th food?
Dreamland ribs.
What are Dreamland ribs?
Dreamland in Tuscaloosa is the best rib place in the world.
Okay.
And you can get them shipped.
So
right
you get
to
them
your
shipped
house.
to you?
I do.
Man, they look good.
They are better than good.
Man, all right.
Okay.
The original place there in Tuscaloosa had a dirt floor the first time I went there. They got a sign up that says, "Ain't no place like this place anywhere near this place, so this must be the place."
All right, you sold me.
They also have a neon no farting sign.
I wouldn't be able to go there.
I can vouch for that. I can definitely vouch for that.
Would you be able to abide by that sign the entire time you're in there?
I think it's a suggestion. It's a guideline.
Do you see people like while you're eating head outside? Be right back. All right.
Oh, I hate I brought that up.
We'll see you in a couple weeks. Thank you, Mac. We'll take a break. We need one of those signs for this studio. That'd be great.
Then I wouldn't work here.
When we return, it's going to be special because we're going to talk to the specialist, Alex Harper, and punter Luke Larsen. Got that on the way when Pirate Radio Live rolls on a Tuesday after this.
This is your song. I tumble out of bed and stumble to the kitchen, pour myself a cup of ambition, yawn and stretch and try to come to life.
The best burgers around. Everyone loves a thick, juicy, and fresh burger. Tiebreakers does real burgers better than anybody. And don't forget about the cheese sticks, fresh salads, and more. So don't just go to any burger-themed restaurant chain. It's time to break the chain and eat local. Tiebreakers, burgers and sports at its best.
Go Pirates! Hard! Make this the summer for savings at East Carolina Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Greenville. This just in, all new vehicles are going to be sold for well below factory invoice. Save up to $12,000 on all remaining 2024 Ram 1500s and save up to $14,000 on selected Ram 2500s. But there's even more. Save up to $8,000 on a 2024 Jeep Grand Cherokee in June. Or lease the 24 Grand Cherokee for only $389 a month. Plus, the Icon is back and ready for those summer trips. The 2024 Wagoneer and Grand Wagoneer have the room and luxury for the entire family. Save up to $13,000 on select Wagoneer and Grand Wagoneer models this month.
East Carolina Chrysler Dodge Jeep, across from the Cockerell in Greenville. Come see us!
Jeep lease is 42 months, 10,000 miles a year with $29.99 due at signing. Offers do not include tax tags and $7.99 admin fee. See dealer for details.
Shop new and used at EastCarolinaChryslerDodge.com.
Rock Icons, the Little River Band is coming to Weldon Mills Theater, Eastern North Carolina's best entertainment venue, on July 13th. Conveniently located just off I-95 in Roanoke Rapids, Weldon Mills Theater offers a hassle-free entertainment experience with free parking, wallet-friendly concessions, and a cozy atmosphere. With comfortable seating throughout the venue, there isn't a bad seat in the house. Join Weldon Mills Theater for a memorable event where you can relax and make lasting memories. Get your tickets for the Little River Band on July 13th at WeldonMillsTheater.com.
Hey Pirate Nation, be sure to have the best and comfortable shoes with a stop at Fleet Feet. This is ECU alum Chris Lunyon, owner of Fleet Feet of Greenville, and we provide solutions through one-on-one service to runners, walkers, and everyone in between. Fleet Feet has the tools and technology to get you in the right shoe, including a 3D foot scanner that measures arch height, width, and more. Come visit us at 207 East Arlington Boulevard in the old Gordon's Golf location. Fleet Feet, we run for you.
The Parks and Recreation Trust Fund has supported local recreation, North Carolina state parks, and coastal access through grant funding since 1994. This allows our beautiful state parks to maintain the quality that you've come to love. Enjoy all the outdoors has to offer, like hiking, beautiful scenery, and sunsets by the campfire. Visit ncparks.gov for the latest information and a calendar of events. Thank you, North Carolina, for your continued support for the last 30 years.
Hey, Pirate Nation, this is Dixon Williams, and the best place to go for custom t-shirts, apparel, or promotional items is University Sportswear. University Sportswear hit a home run for me when I needed my custom shirts. From start to finish, University Sportswear provided superior customer service and a quality product that cannot be beat. If your business, organization, or event needs t-shirts or promotional help, then you need University Sportswear. Visit universitysportswearenc.com for contact information. Go Pirates.
This is Brian Harris with 360 Golf Carts, Pitt County's go-to shop for all things golf carts. We have E-Z-Go, club car, and utility carts to choose from. Whether it's for the beach, riding around the neighborhood, or working in the yard, 360 Golf Carts has the perfect ride for you. If you have issues with your current cart, take it by my shop for an expert's diagnosis. From parts to sales to service, we have you covered. We will even deliver right to you. So come see me, Brian Harris, on Highway 43, just past D.H. Conley High School. 360 Golf Carts, Pirates supporting Pirates.
Baltimore Orioles baseball.
3-2. Line drive down the right field line. This is a fair ball. It'll hit off the angled sidewall. McKinnon easily. Henderson being waved around. Relay throw and allow. It is a 2-run double for Ryan O'Hearn. He comes through in a 3-2 count, and he gives the Orioles a 4-2 lead. Hooked one foul. Hooked that one, and it stayed fair. Just inside the line in right field. And the Orioles capitalize with 2 outs and take the lead back.
Catch all the action right here on Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation. This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, 1250 and 92.7 FM Greenville, WDLX Washington, 930 and 104.1 FM Washington. You're listening to Hour 2 of Pirate Radio Live. Do you need custom t-shirts, apparel, or promotional items for your business, organization, or event? Keep it local. Print it local with University Sportswear. Contact them today at universitysportswearenc.com. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Have you heard Greenville Auto World is now under new ownership and is now a part of the DriveHereNow.com network. DriveHereNow.com is run by local people who buy, service, detail, and sell everything directly to you. Greenville Auto World is now the 5th dealership to join DriveHereNow.com. Get car shopping today at DriveHereNow.com and choose a location near you. DriveHereNow.com, serving Eastern North Carolina for over 47 years and a proud supporter of the Pirates. Now let's head back into PRL. Here's Clip.
All right, Shirley Rhodes, thank you. A Harp here. Chon, still here in our hearts, and will join us later on today's show. But right now, we'll air our interview with Luke Larsen. Earlier today, Luke dropped by the Pirate Radio studios and, taught some football, but wanted to get to know his background, so really dove into what he did before coming over here to the United States to punt for East Carolina and what his future plans are. Interesting guy with an interesting story. Let's hear Luke Larsen from earlier today. All right. We are here on a Tuesday afternoon with a couple of Pirate specialists. Our guy, A-Harp, Alex Harper.
What's up?
Good to see you, A-Harp. Appreciate your work on the video side of things. Shirley Rhodes here as well. And we welcome in our special guest, East Carolina punter Luke Larsen, to the program. Luke, good to see you. How you doing, man?
Good, mate. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. Appreciate you coming in here on this Tuesday. And we'll talk punting. We'll talk about you as well. A pretty fascinating story to have you here, Luke, not only in America, but here in Greenville, playing East Carolina football. So can you just tell us about your background, growing up, playing sports, and it's a long gap to fill in, but how you got here today?
Yeah, especially long gap from my age. But, in Australia, it's really you got sports and that's it. You either swim or you play contact sports. And I was fortunate enough. I had a grandmother who was a pretty gifted swimmer, so I was pushed into that and swam a lot competitively as a younger kid and ended up coaching swimming up until I was about 24. But outside of that, I played Australian rules football. So it's not rugby. It's a different sport. I'm sure we can somehow link to it at some point. There's a YouTube video that says, what is AFL? And that's probably the best way to explain it because it goes through how many players are on the field, how big the field is, basically how to play it. And the difference is that, if you think of Dowdy Ficklin Stadium, and it's the outside of the stadium, that's our pitch, that's the playing surface. And the way that you pass the ball is by kicking it. You can't throw it. There's no, third, fourth, fifth down. It's a continuous game that, the way you score is by kicking it through the two uprights. Now, I was a forward in that sport, but most of the guys in my position are 6'6", and I'm only 6'1.5" on a good day. So it's one of those things that I got to a certain level, practice squad roster guy for 2.5 years and just wasn't good enough. Wasn't tall enough and, started working. Then you get to the point where, you can't do that anymore because your knees are no good and you're sick of working and you find out you can go and punt a football. So I started doing that, and 6 months later I was here at East Carolina.
So where did you come up with that idea? Was that brought to you by someone that, hey, you could go over to the United States and
Absolutely.
punt? Yeah.
So we were watching, me and my best mate Tom, we were watching, I think it was the Eagles Super Bowl win in 2018, Feb 2018. And he said that he was going to try and do it. And I was like, oh, cool, like, go ahead. I've heard this is the guy you go and speak to. He'll train you up. And then so he goes down and he gets accepted and, finds out he's not eligible. So he, didn't pursue it. And one day we're sitting there and he goes, hey, mate, like, go down and have a kick. Like, you've got a bigger leg than me. Let's go for it. So I went down and had a kick and got told that, I've got a big enough leg and can make it happen. But I wasn't really, like, sold on it. And then one day I was kicking with my mate Tom again, and we ran into a guy that I used to play junior football against, and his name's Cam Johnston. He's the punter for the Steelers now, but he was with the Eagles at the time. And he said, yeah, no, if go for it. Like, it was the best decision he made once he'd finished professional Australian rules football, and he trained for about 6 to 12 months with Pro Kick Australia, and then he ended up at Ohio State. So he said, give it a go. The worst thing is they can say you're not good enough. So that was really what solidified me wanting to do it. Just knowing that at that age, because we're the same age, we grew up together, that I could then come and do this, and
Yeah, it's a crazy story. So I guess you did not attend any kind of college, university there, which is why you're eligible here.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. So straight out of high school, I started working.
Okay, gotcha.
I went straight into transport, worked for 9 or 10 years there. And then decided that I was, going to go back to school. And, the best option for me was if I punt, I could get a scholarship. So finally get to go to university, and now I'm halfway through my master's.
How often do you think about, like, if you didn't attempt to do this, like what you would be doing right now, how different your life would be in a million ways?
I couldn't even fathom it. And it's not even because of, your life would be different. It's just the world's changed. I got here and COVID happened.
Yeah.
So I've gone home. I've just been home for the last 4 weeks, and just everything's changed. My mates have changed. My family's changed. Even the roads are it's not the same as what they used to be. So it's just one of those things I can't even fathom what I would be doing or how I would even be doing it right now.
Yeah. So you went back home, or are your folks, friends ever able to come over here, and have they been here to see you?
Yeah, no. So no one's been across. This is probably a bit morbid, but COVID hit. We started fall camp in 2020. My mum passed away, so didn't get to go home for the funeral or anything like that. And it's been this has been my life now. But went home, spoke to my mate Tom, spent some time with him, and he's going to come across for the App State game. So
oh, great!
Can't wait for that, because that's going to be. We don't understand the level of what sports are over here, especially at the college level. So for him to come across and he'll get the tailgate, might send him your way. Apparently you know how to tailgate, so we'll go with that, and hopefully he has a good time.
Well, Tom will be a special guest at the Pirate Radio Tailgate Zone before that game. That'd be awesome. Talking to Luke Larsen, Alex Harper here in the Pirate Radio studios. Alex, you got anything for Luke?
Yeah, you mentioned your friend Tom coming over here and experiencing the atmosphere of college sports in America. Is there any kind of equivalent? Like, is there college athletics in Australia, or is it just high school and then you're done after that?
Yeah, no. So for us, it's like you have high school and you have high school sports. Some schools get right into it. My school was a very good footballing school, Australian rules football. So we did that, and swimming as well, athletics. But we don't have college sports. As soon as you turn 18, you're either professional or you're done, and you finish up. You might play local sports. We have a huge local community engagement program, a lot of local teams, especially in Australian rules football and netball, which is a different sport it's for women over it. Well, I'm not going to say just women, but it's predominantly a women's sport in Australia, and that's what we do. Outside of that, it's go and work.
Yeah. You mentioned swimming. I hope I get this right. It was Torpedo? Is he a Australian? Ian Thorpe, yeah. So the Olympics are coming up, and you mentioned swimming, and I know they're very, very strong in that. So how about your swimming, I guess, career? You said you got into it a little bit before you moved on to the physical activity.
Yeah. So my grandmother pushed me for that.
Yeah.
I was all right, freestyle butterfly, but I got to 15, 16, and it was, I had football, 3 days a week. I had cricket 2 days a week. I had volleyball. I played volleyball as well. And I was also not too bad at tennis for a minute there.
Man.
So it was just one of those things, like you got to choose what you want to do. And with school and that, I then got my first part-time job was a swimming teacher. So I didn't want to be in the pool 10 hours a day.
Yeah. Cricket is, if we're comparing sports, is that the closest thing to maybe baseball over here,
absolutely.
I guess? Yeah.
So we do have baseball.
Yeah.
One of my friends actually played, 6-7 years with the Twins, mainly in the minors there. But I met him actually over here in Greenville. But so that there is an avenue there for baseball, but I never knew that we could play it, and I played cricket.
Luke Larsen joining us inside the Pirate Radio studios. So, Luke, how about specifically getting hooked up with East Carolina? You talked about how you kind of got your name out there a little bit with the training and all that. How did you hook up with ECU?
Yeah, so I originally had a school that, was interested and wanted me to come over at a certain time. They then had a turnover of staff. So there was no option for me to then come over as a mid-year. And obviously with my age, I wanted to get over as quickly as possible. Yeah. And, I'd worked all week, I had 12-hour days, and then I was coaching women's football on a Saturday. And then I was DJing Saturday night at the club about an hour and a half away, and I'm almost home. It's 4:30 on a Sunday morning, and I've been, just working for, almost 7 days straight. And I get a text message going, hey, Coach Houston from East Carolina wants to give you a call. Are you up? I'm like, yeah, John, like my coach back home, Johnny. I said, yeah, Johnny, I'm up. What's happening? He goes, he'll call you in 15 minutes. And he was here. He had the specialist camp. It was about 12:30 on a Saturday for you guys over here, but we're 14, 16 hours ahead. And he calls me. He goes, hey, look, we got a spot for you in January if you want to be a Pirate. And I couldn't really hear him, the accent, and my ears are ringing still from DJing for 6 hours. And I was like, yeah, can't wait to get there. And that was the end of the conversation. And I didn't hear again for another 6 months. It was October when I finally got a call from Coach Tesh to say, hey, look, we can't wait to get you here. And so that whole time, I'm still thinking, am I going? What's happening? But it was a quick conversation. It was it was a done deal.
So you came here without ever taking a visit, without knowing what the facilities looked like. It was just a call from Coach Houston. You were like, yeah, I'm good to go.
Yeah, it's one of those things. It's a trust thing, and it can be for coaches, can be for anyone. But for me, like especially working for 9 years, and you got truck drivers that you need to trust with some stuff. It's if someone's willing to call and offer you, the financial part of it, they're pulling that not out of their pocket, but that's their name. If the coach willing to do that, I'm willing to play for you. And it just happened to work out that now I've got to spend a good 4.5 years so far, about to be my 5th, and hopefully a 6th.
I mean, you're making me tired just talking. It sounds like you had a tremendous work ethic, and we're always doing something. So that's fantastic. I'm curious, Luke, like how does first of all your age, and then you're not from here. How do you kind of fit into the locker room? How's everybody around you and things like that? Is it awkward? Is it different?
When I first came in, I came with Rajay and all those guys, and they were pumped that we had this Australian guy, even without me being 408 years old. So it was good because you felt accepted. But then also there's things like they got a group Snapchat and they're going and doing stuff that I did 10 years ago. I didn't want to be a part of it.
Right.
So it's one of those things that it kind of marries up there that they probably don't want to get caught by the old guy doing some
young people stuff,
questionable young people stuff, but we'll go with that. And but it's been good. Like now we have guys come in and they're like, oh, we've got a guy that sounds funny, and it's one of those things that there's only 2 guys that have been there longer than me, Chad and Hampton Ergel, and then it's myself, Rajay, and Tay came 6 months later. So it's one of those things, you've been there for so long, you're almost part of the furniture.
No doubt. Luke Larsen joining us, Pirate Radio Studios. Luke, I ask everybody that comes in here about the 2-10 last year, and does it motivate you? What does it do for this upcoming season? How do you kind of look back at last year? Obviously not what you or Coach Houston or any fans or anybody wanted. So, how do you turn that around?
Yeah, the way that I look at it, especially from a specialist point of view, is you can only control what you can control. And I'm here, I've got a job to do, I've got to do my part. If I'm doing that as best as I can, and we end up 2-10, like there's other parts to this team that, they're going to try and do their best to make that happen.
Yeah.
And then you have times where you might not perform as well as you're supposed to, and, that attributes to a 2-10. And all you can do is just continually look at yourself, look in the mirror, make sure you're doing everything, and hope that you pull enough guys along that it, hopefully turns to a 10-2,
For a pass to be completed, you need the O-line, you need the quarterback, you need the receiver. For a punt to be executed, it's not just you, it's this guy here, Alex Harper, snapping it to you. So we always see receivers and quarterbacks throwing. How many snaps do you think you take from Alex, like in the off season? Is that something you guys are doing a lot of?
Yeah, so currently we've got 3 days a week.
Yeah, about it.
Yeah, about 3 days a week where we probably get 30 snaps each just for a live operation. But then we've also got field goals, so we're doing 30, 40 snaps of that as well. So part of it comes down to you can't make Alex do too much, because we're going to get to the end of fall camp and he's going to be absolutely cooked. Forearms, shoulders, whatever it is. You can only expect so much from a guy. But, that's where it comes in handy if you have 4 guys, 4 snappers like we have at the moment, to get those extra reps. And that may not be a full operation, but it's at least getting a part of it down right. And I would say there's probably 120, 130 snaps per week.
Yeah, and Coach Powell, I think, mentioned this when he joined us last week about not wearing out the kickers and the punters as well. So you want to get the legs stronger and all that, but also you don't want to wear yourself out too, right?
Yes, sir. We're 4 weeks away from fall camp, 3 weeks. It's one of those things, if you don't have the leg strength now, you're not going to get it during camp.
Yeah.
So that's where we need to take on that, idea that we're not just college students, we're supposed to be professional. We are supposed to do our job, and if we're not doing it now, we're not going to expect it to magically happen. So a lot of our stuff is based on our training prior to getting to college, but then also being able to use certain instances that happen during practice and whatnot to improve your game.
Luke Larsen, Alex Harper joining us. Alex, you're good?
Yeah.
Okay, you're just enjoying the interview?
Yeah.
All right, good. Luke, I want to ask you about yourself a little bit, and I guess home life before you came over here. I'm just curious, what are the delicacies? Like, what do you like to eat over there? What's different about food over here?
So our bakeries, we have sausage rolls, meat pies, vegetable pasties. Someone might need to look that up, what they actually look like, but it's just one of those things that I go home and I just annihilate them every chance that I can get, because it's just not the same over here. There's obviously some cafes and that try and emulate it, but it's just different.
Yeah.
So baked goods is, probably my downfall.
My wife complains about that. I guess she's from the Jersey, Philly kind of area, and she says we need more bakeries around here. But and she always talks about that. How about as far as entertainment goes? You mentioned DJing, so what's kind of like pop culture over in Australia? Like what's like, I don't know. We got our TV shows and our movies and our rock stars over here. Like what's popular there?
Well, we have all the similar stuff. It's just on a much smaller scale.
Yeah.
We have 2 like soap opera shows that have been running for like 30-something years, or where Margot Robbie and Chris Hemsworth, they all started there.
Okay.
So we have that, but it's really just like a stepping stone. And we got Coach Houston. He's been missing me, I think.
Coach Houston, specialists need attention too, and we're giving it to him here on Pirate Radio. I believe Coach Houston will be on this week's episode of the Holt Naylor Show. So check that out. So yeah, who are the big stars here that came from Australia? Like, who are the...
Yeah, like Margot Robbie,
you
Chris
mentioned
Hemsworth. I really don't know. We've got in a few different sports, like Scotty James, who is one of the best snowboarders in the world through the X Games. Like, his cousin actually punted for Coach Houston at JMU. So
oh, wow.
There's a lot of these people that you just don't even realise. And to think off the top of my head, I wouldn't even know which ones are from Australia. It's just I know them through what they've done.
Going back, I think, with Andrew Bogut, is he Australian?
Yeah,
Does that make sense? That's a long time ago. Shirley has a question. What do you got, Shirley? You want to ask it or you want me? Yeah. Shirley wants to know, does Luke like Vegemite?
Absolutely. Got a jar at home. I think, Alex, I don't know if... We room together. We lived together last year. I don't know if you tried my secret stash or not.
I never got to.
You got to. You just didn't. What do you mean you never got to?
Never had the opportunity.
I don't want to share it.
I don't.
Okay. There you go. Shirley, are you a fan? You are not a fan. All right, fair enough. Well, something for everybody out there. Luke Larsen joining us here in the Pirate Radio studios. So, Luke, how about a new special teams coach? And you've been away, but obviously you've been around. So, does that change a lot for you and what you do? Is that
No. 2 years ago, it would have changed a lot for me. I would have been trying to make sure I pleased him and what he's trying to achieve. Whereas now I can recognize everything is, they still want the same goal. You want you to kick it as high and as far as you possibly can to the spot they want it. So I think now it's more just realizing that, I have to do my job, and my job is, again, just kick it as high and as far as possible to, the spot that we're covering. So as long as I do that, as long as I am not a distraction, I take care of my stuff in the classroom. We're always early for meetings. It's just do what you have to do, and your coach will love you for it. He'll never tell you, but that's the way it goes for us.
So a couple years ago, we were playing against SMU. You caught a snap and you pulled it and you ran for a first down. What's a better feeling, running a fake and getting that first down, or pinning a team down at their own one?
I think the best feeling was Charlotte last year. We punted it down. They dropped it on the 10, and I think Kingston McKinstry may have picked it up, and you were right there hugging him, pulling him into the end zone. And that was a pretty cool feeling, running down the field. But everyone was already 30 yards ahead of me. I was running by myself looking like an idiot. So, that was a good feeling, but it was weird to watch back on film.
Yeah, punting is interesting because you make a good play, you have a good kick, you're by yourself. There's no one to even high five. So that's kind of funny to think about.
How many tackles do you have credit for, Luke? Do you have any?
No.
Not a one?
So I've been lucky. I haven't had many returns. This past season I had 2 long ones that, I would like to take back. But the returner from Tulane made me look pretty stupid last year. But I was happy. I got up to the other side. We kicked it from, 16 or something, and I got up to the other opposite 45 and, was able to slow him down for, D Nash or someone to knock him out of bounds.
Yeah.
But, I looked like I was a fish out of water on that one.
Physical guy, maybe just, I don't know, need to get in the speed room or something. I don't know.
It was more, in my head, I heard Coach Dowse saying, do this, do this, do this, instead of just going and tackling him, doing what I've done for 20 years.
Correct. Do you you want to keep playing? You've lived like 4 lives already, it seems like. But what do you want to do after this? You want to keep trying to punt?
After college, no, I don't. My knees are pretty shot. I'm making sure that I perform my best at this level, and post that, I know I've got to work.
Yeah.
It's one of those things. I came here to get an education, to get a better job than what I had.
Awesome.
My old man and my brother are running, the transport company we had back home, and they're doing quite well with that. So it's one of those things. I can go home and do that, but I'll try and stay over here. I love it over here. I've been here for almost 5 years, and this is home. Everything's changed back home, and I love this place.
So you've got a degree. You said working on a master's, right?
Yeah.
What's that in?
So I did my undergrad in industrial distribution logistics, which was kind of natural for me. Now I'm doing my master's in business administration.
Great.
I graduate from that in the spring, and then I have eligibility for next season. So what I'll do is if Coach Houston gives me a tap on the shoulder and says, "Hey, we'd like you to stay," then I would love to do that, and I'll add a finance certificate to that MBA, and then from that it's working out what job I can get. If I can get a job, in the research triangle, if I can get a job in Greenville, anyone, any alum wants to give me a job, I'd love that. And or you go where the money is, and as long as that keeps me in America, I'm happy to do so.
Great. You said, so what kind of research did you do going back to that little 6-month span where you talked to Coach Houston and then you got the word from Coach Tesh, "Hey, we're ready"? Did you look online? Like, what did you know about Greenville and ECU before you got here?
Yeah, so I didn't get much of Greenville. I was really just honing in on ECU football.
Yeah.
And they didn't have a good record back then, and but you trust the coach. You trust the coach that's been hired. You trust the people that have hired that person, and they're putting trust in you by bringing you over. So it was one of those things that's like I had to hone in on my craft. I was 4 days a week with Pro Kick Australia, making sure that I was ready once I got over here, and get over here and start workouts and learn a whole new system that you're not used to as a 27-year-old or whatever I was. You're coming in with 18-year-old kids, and you got someone like Big John, who's now probably, one of the people that I put the most respect towards and trust in. At the time, treated me like everyone else, and I didn't know how to handle that. I injured my foot and injuries here and there, and it's just one of those things that I'd never trained like I trained when I first got here. But that's something that I would have liked to have had more of an idea of, and I don't know, Alex might be able to help me out with this one, but when do people over here start playing American football? What age?
I feel like there's a wide range. Some people start, I think you can start playing tackle football when you're 6, but some guys start later. But the game of football is probably available to you around the age of 6 or 7.
Yeah, and so if you think about that, I've really had these knockoff helmet and pads that we bought off eBay that I used for 6 months. My first ever game that I'd even seen live was the first game against UCF that I played in.
Wow.
So it's one of those things. I've played now for 4.5 years, whereas there's people that come in at 18 that have played 10 years longer than me. So I'm so new to it that I wouldn't even, at the time, didn't even know what to research.
Yeah, that's a great point. It's funny looking at it like that. In fact, I was a little taken aback when we talked to Anthony Smith last week, and he said his first organized contact football was his junior year of high school, which is really late for a D1 athlete. So for you to get into it even later than that is kind of crazy. We'll wrap it up here with Luke Larsen. Robert says, I guess he's coming in late. Correct that you played Australian rules football or rugby? You played Australian rules football, and is that closer to American football than rugby? Or
rugby's almost the most similar to
rugby's. Okay.
It's most similar to American football, whereas Australian rules football is everything put into one on a massive field.
Gotcha. 10-4. Anything else, Alex?
Yeah, Luke, before we go, we're spending a lot of our time right now training, working out, and practicing football. What do you like to do outside of football in your free time when you don't have a pair of cleats on?
Yeah, I do old man stuff. I walk my dog and I play a lot of golf. So that's really all I can do. It's I like to think I'm all right at golf. I know I'm not that good, but I keep pestering Coach Houston. I wish he was here at the window now. I'd challenge him to a round, but, try and make him, make it happen. He's been saying it for 2 years. So me, it's a lot of golf. I always bring you out whenever you can come out when these guys aren't taking the free labor. But I love it. I love the courses around here. I love Eastern North Carolina, and it's working out for me at my age.
Alex is a big free labor guy here, Greenville Little League. You just love to commit your time for nothing, Alex.
For nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, Alex is a great guy, and I like to try and give him a nickname. So his nickname with me is Harpoon, and he's a lethal weapon.
That's cool.
Yeah, so this is Harpoon.
Slinging that ball back there like a harpoon.
Absolutely, and then running down the field and knocking people's helmets off. It's just an animal.
We're going to do more of that this year.
My 2 assisted tackles.
Yeah, we're going to get more tackles this year. Luke, been a pleasure, man. One thing I wanted to mention, too, I've seen you at basketball games. I assume you've been out to other sports. So have you your college life is going to be different than a lot of folks, but have you enjoyed that part of it, kind of the social stuff, going to games, stuff like that?
Yeah, so I know you're trying to wrap this up. It's probably a long-winded story, but people don't understand. In Australia, we have high school and you go professional. We don't have an allegiance to a university. We don't have that type of system. So I come over here, this has been my life. East Carolina is something that I'm always going to, no matter the result, no matter how bad I am or how good I am, this is my home. So I love going to the basketball games. I try and get out to baseball whenever I can. Whatever sport that's going on, it's just, this is my home club. This is all I've got. So it's one of those things that I enjoy that part of it. I don't really go downtown. As you mentioned, I DJ'd for 10 years in clubs that had 10, 15,000 people coming through it on a night. And so if I go downtown to one of these clubs or bars, it's a little bit boring unless I'm drinking too much alcohol, and I can't be doing that when I've got the knees of a 60-year-old. So it's one of those things. I love this place. I love the idea of going to the basketball. I love hanging out and playing golf with Alex. And
great.
It's great to be here.
That's awesome, man. Luke Larsen joining us. Have a great season, Luke. Good to catch up with you, and appreciate you joining us today, man.
Cheers, man.
All right, there he is, Luke Larsen and Harpoon, Alex Harper.
Harpoon.
Cool nickname, man. I like that. Good stuff there with Luke. Let's get a break in. We'll come back. When we return, we'll switch gears a little bit. And Shirley Rhodes will eat Vegemite live on the air. We'll have a Vegemite eating contest.
Not unless you want to hear some very unladylike noises coming from this microphone.
That's exactly what I want.
No, we're not doing that.
All right. Well, how about we'll talk competitive eating anyway?
Okay, that's fair.
Rich Shea, president of Major League Eating. We'll talk about the Nathan's Famous hot dog eating contest at Coney Island on July 4th. Joey Chestnut out. We'll get an update on that with Rich Shea when we return. Pirate Radio Live after this.
Did you know that GUC's electric rates are the lowest in Pitt County? GUC's average residential electric bill, using 1,000 kilowatt hours per month with load management, is $21 lower than the investor-owned utilities and $34 lower than the local co-ops. In fact, GUC's average electric bills are still $10 lower than they were 10 years ago. Low rates with high reliability. That's the value of public utilities. That's the value of GUC.
Hi, I'm Walker Allen Volova, and I'm with CopyPro. CopyPro has been locally owned and operated here in Eastern North Carolina for over 50 years. CopyPro is the leader in office technology. Does your business struggle with keeping printing costs low or producing professional documents? Here at CopyPro, total satisfaction is our #1 priority. We have a variety of solutions to help reduce your printing expenses and make your business more productive. Call us today at 1-800-682-6558 or online at copypro.net. CopyPro, we are the professional office systems people.
This is Aaron Williams with New Blue Service Group. Our technicians stand ready to face any challenge that time or the elements may throw at your home. Your home deserves the best, and New Blue is here to help with all of your plumbing, electrical, and HVAC needs. Facing electrical issues due to the elements? We're on it. Plumbing concerns or emergencies? We're ready to fix it. HVAC struggling to keep up? We'll bring the climate back under control. So go to callnublue.com today. Go Pirates.
You want subs made with high-quality meats and cheeses? You go to Jersey Mike's. You want high-quality radio ideas? You go to me. Like this. I'm an astronaut on a mission to find water on the moon. But because I'm a genius, I realize that what humanity actually needs in space is high-quality meats and cheeses from Jersey Mike's. Now to figure out how to remove the helmet and eat the sub without my head exploding. Here goes nothing. Always high-quality meats and cheeses. Jersey Mike's, a sub above.
The price is always right at Doug Henry of Greenville. And on the last Sunday of every month, Doug Henry is open. Your weekend just got a little easier when you're looking for a car because you can shop at Doug Henry of Greenville on Sundays. Visit Doug Henry for the biggest selection of used cars. Doug Henry is easy to find on the corner of Greenville Boulevard and Memorial Drive and always online at DougHenryGreenville.com. Mention Pirate Radio for $500 off any vehicle. Right on the corner and always right on the price. Doug Henry of Greenville. Go Pirates.
This is Holt Nailers for my friends at Anson Belts, the belts that I wear. Go to AnsonBelt.com to find micro-adjustable holeless belts with over 30-plus options of a 1/4 inch apart instead of your typical 5 holes 1 inch apart, always giving you the perfect fit every time. If your waist fluctuates, Anson Belt is great because you can always find the perfect fit any time of the year. AnsonBelt.com. Over 10,000 combinations to choose from, a belt for every occasion, and the official belt of the Holt Nailor Show.
The convenience of Pitt Greenville Airport is waiting just outside your front door. Service is back, so you're connected to destinations worldwide through flights from American Airlines. Plan your next trip. Book your flights today at flypgv.com or aa.com.
Good news, business travelers. PGV and American Airlines has added a new early morning flight available now. Book today at aa.com and be on time for that connection in Charlotte. Fast, convenient, and close to home, PGV has American flights perfect for your next trip. PGV, where the Pirates fly.
The Holton Ayler Show.
CJ Johnson joins us. If you could go back, would you finish another year, which would have been last year, or are you confident in the decision you made?
I've definitely had thoughts of like, if I could play one more year, I probably would have stayed. If I'm being completely honest, man, it was just me trying so hard to get to the NFL so fast so my grandma could see me in the NFL. I wasn't in the circumstances to be able to just chill anymore. I had to go.
The Holton Ayler Show, Thursdays and Fridays at 6, right here on Pirate Radio. Talk radio.
From the depths of space,
The center.
outer space mumbo jumbo.
Of the talk universe.
The center of what?
Pirate Radio.
We have prepared a planet with a suitable atmosphere.
You're listening to Hour 2 of Pirate Radio Live. Do you need custom t-shirts, apparel, or promotional items for your business, organization, or event? Keep it local. Print it local with University Sportswear. Contact them today at universitysportswearenc.com. Now, back to the show.
Well, if the button would actually work, welcome back. When you walk through the doors of Villa Verde, you'll experience the sights, sounds, and smells of authentic Dominican flavors. Villa Verde is inviting you to come by and try some of their amazing empanadas, famous red snapper, grouper bites, Cuban sandwiches, and more. You can also relax on their patio with a fresh mojito or a cold beer while enjoying one of their out-of-this-world desserts like the rum pineapple cake. Villa Verde on 10th Street, a platform for good and a proud supporter of the Pirate Nation. And Bud Light reminds Pirate fans to always stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now let's head back into PRL. Here's Clip.
All right. I would love to challenge Alex Harper to a Villa Verde competitive eating challenge. That
Stop playing with me.
That would be.
What were we talking about earlier? A hot dog eating contest?
Yeah, we need a Pirate Radio hot dog eating contest to celebrate the 4th of July.
Count me out of that one.
I mean, I'd do it just to take down some dogs, but that would not be my food of choice.
You would be like that guy in that that viral clip, like enter the eating contest and just as soon as they say go, whip out a fork and knife and just enjoy your hot
Just
dog.
enjoy it, yeah.
Like if you could eat a food that maybe you could eat a large quantity of, what would it be?
First thought is Chick-fil-A nuggets.
Yeah, we could put away some of those.
Incredible. Give me 14 of them right now.
Tater tots. I'm a big tater tots fan. I don't know. Hold that thought, because we're about to talk some competitive eating right now with Rich Shea, who is the president of Major League Eating at the Nathan's Famous hot dog eating contest, Coney Island, on July 4th. And we'll talk about that and more with Rich Shea, who joins us now on the Pirate Radio Live line. Rich, how you doing, man?
Hey, I'm doing really well, thanks. Getting ready for the 4th of July out in Coney Island.
Yes, sir. Before we get there, Rich, as I was setting up this interview, talking to you, you said you and your son have become quasi-Pirate fans just for being on Pirate Radio throughout all these years. And I used to talk to Troy every year when I would produce his show. Now I'm hosting, and we keep the tradition going. But I'd like to apologize for the Pirates for the terrible 2023 and tell you that 2024 is going to be much better for you guys.
Is Boone State on the calendar?
What's that? Say that again.
Is Boone State? Who you guys playing? We got App State.
Boone State.
I'm a quasi-fan now.
Boone State will be here, Rich. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, well, Boone's going to be a different story, and I think you got that guy Baker from Ole Miss, right?
John David Baker, new offensive coordinator. That's right. You know your stuff.
So, like I grew up in the Northeast, and I went to Villanova, and my son goes to Villanova. So while we do watch college ball, it's not like dyed in the wool like it is for you guys. So we and we're at the town that I'm from. Half of the kids go to Michigan, so we were like, yeah, let's just start watching some Pirate football. Last year was rough, but I think this year will be a better story.
You got in on the ground floor, so only one way to go, and that's up. Real quick, when I think Villanova, obviously we think basketball. When I think Villanova football, I hate the Eagles as a Washington fan, but one of my all-time favorite players from a fantasy standpoint was Brian Westbrook from Villanova.
Yeah, that kind of goes back to my days. Westbrook was an amazing player, and he did play for the Eagles, didn't he?
He did, unfortunately, yes.
Yeah,
but,
I'm an Eagles fan. I'm a Patriots fan, so we probably want to shift gears right now after I said that.
All right, let's move on to talking hot dogs. I talked to a lot of coaches, Rich, and with the transfer portal these days, you always hear, look, let's talk about the guys that are going to be here. We want to talk about the guys that are going to be a part of our program. And we'll do that. We'll talk about who's going to be there July 4th. The elephant in the room is who won't be there. Can you kind of give us this whole Joey Chestnut thing, Rich, and how all this played out and you know, what's it going to be like without Joey Chestnut there July 4th?
Yeah, well, I will start by saying, you know, Joey's a great champion, the greatest opposite. Doesn't even need to be said. 16 titles out in Coney Island. He's only lost one in 17 years. And I'm still holding out hope that he will be there. There was a brand conflict that you probably read about. You know, so for historically, I know forever, the competitors, Joey or anyone else, the one thing that our sponsor asked is that they don't promote another hot dog brand. And then it broke in the news that Joey was working with a plant-based hot dog. And so that would be a rival brand, even, pork, beef, plant, whatever the hot dog is made out of. So that's what caused all that terrible news cycle. And so as of today, Joey is not planning to be there or scheduled to be there, but I'm hoping against hope that changes, and I'm hoping that I'd wait on July 4 at 11 a.m. if he shows up. Let's go. He's the best. But without him, you still have there are some people that are way into this game. They're like, cool. So James Webb, Nick Wary, Jeff Esper, those are the sort of like the 2, 3, 4 ranked guys. Closer to like the 50 dog range, I think just over 50, 48.5 by Pat Bertoletti. So he's another one that's up there in that bunch. Some people are stoked that the men's contest will be like an absolute battle because the margin won't be there because Joey typically wins. I think last year he won by about 12.
Yeah, I kind of like the. Is it fair to say parody? I mean, if Joey Chestnut does not show up, Rich, that was interesting to say. Is it wide open pretty much? Is there like an overwhelming favorite? I'm looking for odds, but I don't see anything at the moment.
I'm sure they'll be out. But no, it's absolutely parody. But with those guys I just mentioned, so Pat Bertoletti, a veteran eater, ate 48.5 to qualify, which is big for him because he'd kind of been quiet, not really busy on the tour. Nick Wary lost to him by a quarter hot dog in that qualifier. It happened in Cleveland a couple weeks ago by 48.25. Then you've got James Webb, who last year ate 47, this year ate 50 to qualify. And then you've got Esper, who last year had 49, did 48 this year to qualify. So all those guys who would in a traditional day when Joey's there are looking for number 2. So that's still a cool thing to watch, and I do hope Joey shows up. But all those guys would be an absolute battle. Yeah.
Rich Shea, Major League Eating, joining us here on the Pirate Radio Live line. Rich, I know we always ask you every year, is there any new competitions, new foods out there with Major League Eating that have come on here in 2024? What's new with the sport?
We did a bologna contest, which, similar, composition of a hot dog, but a different thing at all. It's a place called Dead End Barbecue in Knoxville. And it's Elm Hill Bologna, which is like a sort of an artisanal meat manufacturer that Elm Hill that Dead End sells. And there were these 8-ounce slices of smoked bologna, and that was pretty wild. We've got the Pistachio Eating Championship, which is now in its 3rd year. That's out with Wonderful Pistachios out in Santa Monica, and that was actually a controversy this year. James Webb, who I mentioned, the Australian eater. He won, but there was a lot of dispute about the judge's call because that's a debris food and those things can get a little tricky. Esper ate 21 pounds, a little over 21 pounds of shortcake a week ago out in Long Island. Man. Shortcake is the one that's been around for a while, but that's a heck of a lot of food right there. So yeah, the circuit's still going on. We and it's doing well. We're getting better than we were like a year or two ago when we were still struggling with the COVID stuff. But yeah. We're always adding new foods, and we got to get down to your area.
Rich, I know like celebrities will get involved in the World Series of Poker. We have a big fishing tournament here in Eastern North Carolina, the Big Rock Blue Marlin tournament. And Michael Jordan had a boat in there. So I know celebrities like to get into events like this. Has any celebrities tried to make their way into competitive eating and Major League Eating?
To compete, not so much. They definitely watch. I mean, Steven Tyler tweets about it. Snoop Dogg has tweeted about it in the past. But to actually come in and compete, we've had a couple of the Barstool guys get involved, but real celebrities, we haven't seen them come compete. I would like to see Gwyneth Paltrow or somebody in the ladies contest. Somebody who you wouldn't think has the skills. It's often those type of people that actually do have the skills. With the sleight of frame.
That's right. Wasn't Big Cat from Barstool in one of the events one year?
He was in an event, and we didn't get the camera to him because that event got disrupted by some protesters.
Yeah.
When you remember a couple years ago when Joey and George brought down that one protester. Oh no, that was sorry. His was before that. There was some other protesters. Gosh, that must have been pre-COVID. when Big Cat was there, and Dan got sprayed with ketchup. We did not get it on camera.
How about this year? TV time is still on the mothership there. What's the TV time?
Yeah, it's going to be noon. I think we're ESPN2 or ESPN. Will be one of those two. Noon Eastern. We'll start to stream on ESPN3 probably around 10:45 a.m. And I'm still trying to figure out how we're doing the ladies contest. We might come in live with it in progress. That's up in the air. But, noon to 1 Eastern on ESPN networks. And, the men's contest typically starts around 12:40.
Rich Shea joining us. Going to be a huge event, the Nathan's Famous hot dog eating contest at Coney Island. And Joey Chestnut, how do you bill it right now? Not scheduled to appear, but could appear? There's like a wrestling run-in, his musical hit or something? I mean...
it's just a brand conflict. That's that has to be resolved, and that's my sponsor more than it is me. We all love Joey. I know my sponsor loves Joey. The fans certainly love him. So hopefully that does get resolved. We got another week here, a little time. But regardless, it's going to be a heck of a celebration, and we're there really to celebrate America's independence first and foremost. There's nothing like Coney Island. It's America's original beach with America's original hot dog there, Nathan's Famous. So we'll have a blast regardless, but hopefully we can mend ways. Yeah,
Rich, and this is, if you want to say, the Super Bowl of Major League Eating, but other competitions throughout the year. What other big events do you got coming up the rest of 2024?
Well, we'll have, another big, long-standing event is the Buffalo Wing Festival, which happens every Labor Day. So there's a buffet bowl contest on Friday night, and then Saturday we have Buffalo Wings. We have some sort of smaller ones, too, going on that are really fun, but there's a burger eating contest in Western Mass. Which is like a smash burger eating event. And, if you just take a look at our website, majorleagueeating.com, or follow us at Eating Contest, we're always adding new events. And we've got an Indian taco event outside of Minneapolis, Minnesota at a Native American casino. So there's all variety of crazy foods on the circuit, as you know.
Rich, thanks so much for joining us, man. Always look forward to this interview. Have a great event coming up on the 4th. And like I said, Pirates are going to be better this year, so don't worry about that. And we'll talk to you again down the road, man. I appreciate it.
Right on. If I get down there for a game with my son, because his roommate now is on the Pirates bandwagon as well. So
awesome.
We'll hit you up.
Let's do it. Thank you, Rich.
All right, thank you.
All right, we're adding a lot of folks to the Pirate Radio tailgate zone this season. We'll have Luke's mate Tom and Rich Shea and son hopefully joining us at the Pirate Radio tailgate zone, the place to be for ECU football home game days. Let's take a break. We'll come back, wrap up hour number 2. Darrell Roberts, ECU receivers coach, going to join us in hour 3, along with Slim 80, Bryce Williams, as we'll talk Pirate football and give away 4 tickets to you to go see a Yard Gnomes game this summer. We'll do that Ticket Tuesday, brought to you by Toby Williams and Cellular Warehouse. It's all ahead. Pirate Radio Live after this.
Here with Jeff Stein at Brown & Wood. It's a great time to buy a used vehicle.
It's not a great time. It's a perfect time to buy a used car from Brown & Wood. We have over 115 used vehicles in stock, and we're number 1 in the market on price. We have limited lifetime powertrain on all of our used cars under 80,000 miles, so go to brownandwoodauto.com to find out more. 4 brands, 3 generations, 2 rooftops, and 1 goal: to make sure you leave a happy customer.
Country Mart has been locally owned and operated for over 40 years and is your premier country store serving the best cheese biscuits and country food around. Country Mart is open every day and has 2 locations in Bethel on Highway 11 and in Stokes on Highway 903. Both Country Mart locations are top-of-the-line fuel stations serving Shell gas, including 93 ethanol-free high-octane gas, which is the best for all you boat owners. Country Mart, fueling you up with great food in your engines with great gasoline. Go Pirates.
This is proud ECU alumni David Price of David Price Construction. As a leading general contracting firm, we specialize in commercial construction and renovation. Whether it's updating your office space, renovating your restaurant, or building a new retail store, our team at David Price Construction is ready to assist. We are committed to delivering quality, value, and customer satisfaction across all of our projects. So give us a call at 919-820-36 8612 or find us online at davidpriceconstruction.com. Go Pirates.
Nothing gets you more in tune with the world around you like a motorcycle, especially when that motorcycle is the new Honda Shadow Phantom. Reimagined for 2024, the Shadow Phantom sports updates like a new solo seat, two-tone tank, LED blinker setups, and more. And when it comes to performance, you get throaty V-twin power and a new rear disc brake with available ABS. To see the newest Honda Shadow Phantom for yourself, head on over to Ron Ayers Motorsports, Highway 11, north of the airport in Greenville. For your safety, read the owner's manual, wear a helmet and eye protection. Always wear your seatbelt and keep the side nets and doors closed. Honda motorcycles are for riders 16 years and older.
Hey, O's fans! Thursday, June 27th, come out to Oriole Park at Camden Yards and cheer on the Orioles as they take on the Texas Rangers at 6:35. Show your pride as the first 10,000 fans 15 and over in attendance receive an Orioles LGBTQ+ Pride jersey featuring custom Pride logo and design. Don't miss out on the opportunity to celebrate Pride and enjoy an action-packed night of Orioles baseball. Buy your tickets today at Orioles.com/tickets.
UBE and PirateWear.com are proud to offer the Pirate Nation its largest inventory of ECU merchandise and tailgate supplies ever. UBE has the best prices in town, so that makes UBE your one-stop shop for all things ECU. UBE does daily restocks of Champion, Adidas, and Under Armour. Don't forget to bring your young Pirates to plunder the Crow's Nest, which is the only kids store dedicated to ECU. Plenty of free parking in downtown Greenville. Visit them online at PirateWear.com. Go Pirates!
While you're sleeping, our whole hogs are slow cooking over wood to create that bite that Eastern North Carolina is known for. I'm Sam Jones, and for more than 3 generations, my folks have been the torchbearers for what whole hog barbecue is supposed to be. At Sam Jones, you'll find plenty of smoke, but no mirrors. Everything, and I mean everything, is made fresh daily, including our sides, sweets, and sauces. Come on over and see us at Sam Jones Barbecue, and I bet you'll be able to taste our passion in just one bite. Sam Jones Barbecue, Fire Tower Road.
Baltimore Orioles baseball.
Crushed into left, backing up is Schneider. He's at the track, he's turning around, and there's number 1. Connor Norby on one swing. First major league hit, first major league homer, first major league run batted in. Connor Norby into the Toronto Knights.
Catch all the action right here on Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
This is ECU head baseball coach Cliff Godwin, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 2 of Pirate Radio Live. Do you need custom t-shirts, apparel, or promotional items for your business, organization, or event? Keep it local. Print it local with University Sportswear. Contact them today at universitysportswearenc.com. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Your bumper music brought to you by Weldon Mills Theater is Eastern North Carolina's best entertainment venue, conveniently located just off of I-95 in Roanoke Rapids. Weldon Mills Theater offers a hassle-free entertainment experience with free parking, wallet-friendly concessions, and a cozy atmosphere. With comfortable seating throughout the venue, there's not a bad seat in the house. You can join Weldon Mills Theater for a memorable event where you can relax, and make lasting memories. Coming up this weekend, as a matter of fact, this is this Friday night, I believe, or Saturday, whatever June 29th is, as a tribute to Motown. The Little River Band will be performing on July 13th, and Sarah Evans, country music star, will be performing on September 14th. If you want tickets to any of those events, all you have to do is go to weldonmillstheater.com and get those tickets today. Now let's head back into PRL. Here's Clip.
All right, a couple of interviews have got us backed up, a little behind. So quick segment here. And my man Sean walked in and said, hey, what you got planned for this segment? I'm like, hey, man, we only got like a minute. We got to get out of here. We got to go to break so we can get to Darrell Roberts and Bryce Williams. And Chandler said, I got something for this segment.
I got something for this segment.
Hey, Bryce.
Hey.
We'll see you in a minute.
We'll see you in just a second. Now, I have something for this segment, and I have something for you. I have a gift for you. And I just wanted to show my appreciation, 1, for our friendship, 2, for our relationship here at work, and 3, August will be 8 years since I've been at Pirate Radio, and my appreciation for your mentorship to me in the radio world.
Wow.
like this kind of party.
That is, you know what? I don't even know what you're going to give me, but just your words have been a gift enough.
All right, so I'm going to go. It's right outside this door.
All right. It's just outside of your front door. Oh, it's in a bag. It's in a gift bag.
Oh, so we're going to do like a sort of like an unboxing, unwrapping,
Yeah.
how to unbagging?
Clip, first of all, thank you for everything over the years, and I am going to gift you with this. So open it on up.
It's got Pirate Radio paper towels in it.
That's hilarious.
Don't look at it.
Did it come from my bathroom?
Yes.
Oh,
What
thanks.
is this?
Anthony Santander!
Anthony Santander!
An Anthony Santander walk-off bobblehead.
Anthony Santander!
All right, so thank you. Does this mean we got some cool Oriole swag here at Pirate Radio?
Anthony Santander!
No, that's pretty much it.
Oh, that's the wrong answer, Shirley, because I saw some awesome swag in that. Oh, my God.
What?
Another surprise.
Is that a gift?
Another surprise. Hey, that's actually the gift
Anthony
right there.
Santander!
Is that a Delaney bobblehead, or is that really Delaney?
What?
No, that's actually Delaney.
What?
Wow.
I was half expecting a FaceTime from like an Italian club where you're like neck deep in Italian dudes.
Can you say
No?
that?
What?
Huh?
You said something about a cowboy yesterday, so I don't really think that that's
I said
inappropriate.
I saved a horse.
And something about riding a cow. I don't know.
Chandler, thank you.
No problem, buddy.
Anthony Santander!
But no, there's actually a lot of O's swag in LRB's
I got some O's friends
Wait.
I need to
There's
text.
O swag, and nobody told me.
Nobody told me. This is how I'm finding out. But thank you. Take us to break. All right. At some point, we'll catch up with Delaney. We got to talk to Daryl Roberts, ECU receivers coach, as well as Slim 80, Bryce Williams. Coming up, Hour 3, Pirate Radio Live. Back with you after this.
If you're in the market for a swimming pool and you're located from the capital to the coast, Elite Pools can make it happen for you. They are the Carolina's premier fiberglass and concrete pool builder and renovation contractor. Every pool is built with the highest quality products and on schedule. Visit the Elite Pool showroom located across from Agri Supply in Greenville with fiberglass pools on site and a design center to simplify all of your pool selections. They also have a full service department with pool supplies and they provide expert water analysis. Call Elite Pools today at 689-6557 or visit ElitePoolsNC.com. For pools, think Elite Pools.
Do you want to get rid of wrinkles, tighten and lift your skin, smooth your skin texture, erase veins and brown spots, get rid of unwanted hair and under-eye fat pads? Are you interested in Botox or filler? Contact the licensed professionals at Beauty Bar Medi-Spa for a free consultation and ask about our newest technologies and treatments. Learn more at beautybarmedispa.com. Red Banks Road, Greenville. Enjoy your visit, love your transformation, and go Pirates!
You know texting while driving is dangerous. That's not new information. Yet most people admit to doing it anyway. Drivers are 23 times more likely to be involved in a car accident while texting. Know the facts and wait to text. The danger is real and it applies to you. Auto Owners Insurance. The no problem people. Information provided by Virginia Tech Transportation Institute.
This is Norm Bryant with Town Insurance in Greenville. Call me today at 756-8300. Go Pirates.
Pickleball for Pearsall is coming to Greenville June 28th, 29th, and 30th. Pickleball for Pearsall is a memorial tournament dedicated to raising funds for mental health initiatives. This event is held in loving memory of Greg and Nick Pearsall, whose spirits and passion for life continue to inspire us. The tournament will be held at the Greenville Pickleball Club courts at Wimbledon Drive and will feature all categories. Register at pickleballden.com, sign up now, and help fight for mental health awareness.
Daydreaming of being on the water? The Pirate Waters Outfitter in Washington is your place to get ready. This is Captain Bo Brooks with Pirate Waters Outfitter, and we are stocked up with the best selection of everything for the summer. Come in today for a new pair of Bahio sunglasses or a new color turtle box. You going fishing? We are stocked up with reels from Florida Fishing Product, new fly selections, and a full line of Smithy cast iron cookware. Pirate Waters Outfitter on Market Street in downtown Washington, and also on Facebook and Instagram.
Here with Jeff Stein at Brown & Wood, it's a great time to buy a used vehicle.
It's not a great time, it's a perfect time to buy a used car from Brown & Wood. We have over 115 used vehicles in stock, and we're number one in the market on price. We have limited lifetime powertrain on all of our used cars under 80,000 miles, so go to brownandwoodauto.com to find out more. 4 brands, 3 generations, 2 rooftops, and 1 goal: to make sure you leave a happy customer.
Do you ever talk to yourself about where to eat today, and then you hear
Warren's Hot Dogs?
Then you're thinking, yeah, 2 hot dogs, chips, and a drink for $7.50 would be awesome.
Warren's Hot Dogs.
And maybe some homemade lemonade, perhaps a pizza or a sub, and definitely an apple or peach turnover.
Warren's Hot Dogs.
Don't overthink where to eat today. Go to Warren's Hot Dogs in Greenville across from Ron Ayers, or in Chocowinity next to the fire station. Warren's Hot Dogs, serving the Pirate Nation since 1991. Go Pirates!
Save the date and party like pirates on August 29th for the annual Pirate Radio Football Kickoff Party, featuring special guest, American Idol musician Blake Prohl.
What's up, guys? It's Blake Prohl. I'm so excited to announce that I'll be back in Greenville Thursday, August 29th for the Pirate Radio Football Kickoff Party. It's been way too long, but I can't wait to see you, Pirate Nation, and go Pirates.
Join the fun with a performance by country music band Should Have Been Cowboys, and so much more. Save the date and join us at the annual Pirate Radio Football Kickoff Party, August 29th. This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, 1250 and 92.7 FM Greenville, WDLX Washington, 930 and 104.1 FM Washington.
Where tis the fields, thank you very much.
You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Bud Light, reminding Pirate fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Are you ready and pre-approved if the home you want to purchase comes for sale today? Integrity Home Mortgage offers a wide variety of programs ranging from conventional, government, and portfolio loans. The Integrity Home Mortgage team of Talbot Green, Braxton Green, and Joanne Weir offers over 50 years of experience and is committed to providing you with the superior customer service you deserve. Call them today at 714-2076. Integrity Home Mortgage, Pirates supporting Pirates. Now let's head back into PRL. Here's Clip.
All right, welcome back into Pirate Radio Live here on a Tuesday. We got Shirley Rhodes. We got Snappa, a.k.a. Harpoon, Alex Harper. We learned that was his nickname earlier from Luke Larsen. And also, what you need, Bryce Williams? First, let's introduce Bryce. Quit messing with my headphones.
1, 2,
let's introduce
3,
Bryce.
4.
I saw the light. I was baptized by the fire in your touch and the flame in your eyes. I'm born to love again. I'm a brand new man. All right, Bryce Williams is here. I realized we should ask the other guests what their walk-up music should be, but I did not ask Coach Darrell Roberts. Coach Roberts, if you had walk-up music, what would you choose?
That's a tough one. That's really a tough one. It probably had to be something back in my day, some old school type music.
Okay.
It would have to be something that get me going though. I might choose some Boosie maybe. Yeah. It might be something that'll get me really, really excited and get me juiced up, get the juices flowing.
Nice. There you go. Well, you got Bryce's juices flowing during the break when y'all started talking receivers and one-on-ones, and Bryce started to get that look in him that he was ready to get back out there on the field. But Bryce going to tag team this interview with us with Coach Roberts. And first of all, I was looking at your bio. Bryce, you're about to have a little one. How close are we getting here?
2 weeks from the due date. Pretty much July 7th is the due date. So it's coming.
Well, if you need advice on naming the child, you might want to talk to Coach Roberts because he's got Darrell Jr., Major, and Chief.
Nice.
That's amazing names, Coach.
That's them. That is them. My wife gave me the okay to name the boy. So that's what I came up with.
I like it. Great stuff there. Well, Coach, we remember your name from your playing days with Virginia Tech, and we've actually talked to some of your guys, Anthony Smith and Chase Sowell, about that. Anthony actually said if things maybe aren't going the right way, or if you need to show them a little extra, you'll get out there and do the drill yourself.
Without a doubt, with no cleats on. I can have on regular shoes, and it's okay. I will get out there and demonstrate. We was just doing that the other day, matter of fact, when we had a little OTA type deal. I'm always trying to demonstrate and make sure they're doing it the right way.
Yeah, you're going to say, if I'm not slipping in tennis shoes, y'all couldn't slip in cleats.
Exactly how it goes. Exactly how it goes.
I'm not going to be on my heels.
Yeah, exactly. You know how it goes.
Yeah.
You are, and Alex has said this too, big energy guy. Out there.
Without a doubt. Energy is contagious, and I bring a lot of it every single day. I can promise you that.
Yeah. And how about this crop of receivers? You've got returners, you've got newcomers with Wright and with Smith, who we've talked about, and some others. So is it a pretty good mix of guys you saw last year with Chase and Jari and those guys, and also some new additions?
Oh my goodness, yes. Last year I had the outside guys, so I couldn't really speak on the Jalen Johnsons and Jari Pattersons, all that, because they were like inside receivers. But now that we're moving forward with the new offense and I have everybody in one room, oh my goodness, like it's the whole, just the tools and ammunition that I have, that's locked and loaded right now. Like I said, if I can keep them horses healthy and get them to the race, I feel pretty good about the race that we're going to run.
Nice. Keep the horses healthy and get them to the race. Just get them to that gate, and then all good there. How about that, keeping them healthy? How do you balance working them and, keeping that, the health and training part of it?
Really, our strength staff, Coach Big John does a really good job, in the off season, lifting the guys and running them. And, in this off season, he's even switched some things up and kind of amplified it a little bit more because of, everything that we're doing, with the new scheme and everything like that. But with what I'm blessed with right now, on our roster, as far as the receiver room, I think it's of course you gotta manage the loads, but because we have so many guys that have the ability, that's going to be really using fall camp to kind of show what they have, it kind of makes my job a little bit easier because I can kind of, divvy up those reps the way they need to, so I'm not running one or two or three guys into the ground on every single day. We can kind of divvy it up where everybody is kind of hitting those same mileage points and everything like that.
Got Coach Darrell Roberts joining us, Bryce Williams in the Pirate Radio studios. What's it like going from the new guy to the old head you're the only returning offensive coach, right?
Yeah.
And you were the new guy just last year. Yes. So your role changed kind of dramatically there in a quick time.
Yeah, very, very quickly. But it was good. It was good, though, because, like I said, last year when I came in, the guys that I was fortunate enough to work with last year, they did a really good job of kind of mentoring me and taking me under their wing and kind of, just letting me kind of, learn Greenwood the way that I need to, so I can kind of focus on that, and they help me. And now with all of that knowledge that I have, I just been able to kind of just pass it forth and just, with my new coworkers and everything like that, just making sure they kind of understand, what G Vegas is about and kind of how the Pirates kind of get down and everything like that. So it's been good though.
Nice. Heck yeah.
Bryce, you got anything?
Yeah, there's a few things. Obviously we've been, been each other's ears before the show and stuff, and obviously being a former player, you've, past player as well. What is it to these young guys, thinking outside of, do your job on the, the script, what your play is, what your route is, what's something, you played the game that you're trying to instill, and like you sort of coach to, that group of receivers, outside of just doing the plays, like, mindset or, little things like that. Like, what's some of the things you're trying to instill in them that's outside of the playbook?
Got you. For me, it's details. That's what we talk about a lot, especially in the position that we play in wide receiver play. It's a lot of fast guys, there's a lot of big guys, there's a lot of guys that can catch the football, but it's really, if you don't take care of the little things in your game, the big things is not going to come. Mm-hmm. And I was a firm believer in that when I was a player, because my coach used to say it all the time, and now I say it to my guys a lot, and they kind of understand that from, whether it's how they're transitioning out of their break, staying off their heels, keeping their weight, head and shoulders over the knees and toes, all of that, not letting their arms stop, just the minute details of doing the little things right, and understanding if you take care of the little things, watch the big plays come. You know what I mean? Like, I'm always talking to my guys. We always know, I have a saying, win at everything. Like, I don't care what it is, whether we're in between them white lines or we're in the classroom, we're in study hall, we're eating lunch. I don't care. Win at everything. That is what we do. We win. Nobody wants. If you come in second, you're just the first loser.
Right.
Plain and simple. That's how I feel. So win at everything that we're doing, and if you do, you don't have to worry about it because you'll be very dominant. I promise you that.
Yeah.
I asked Anthony Smith last week about both quarterbacks, and he said some kind words about Caden Hauser. And when he got to Jake Garcia, he said he makes the small plays, the little plays. And an offense like this, and Bryce, when you played, it was a lot of, you hit the big ball over the top, but it was a lot of 6-yard, 8-yard, 11-yard. And that's kind of what you were getting at there, too, that you do those things perfect. Yes. It's all going to work out for you.
Yes. And that's kind of how we talk, especially in our room, like you just said. You can throw the 60, 70-yard bomb. You make the catch as a touchdown, but why can't you catch the 6-yard hit and take it 60 or 70 yards? It's the same result. It's 6 points on the board. It's a touchdown for the Pirates. Let's get it done. So, I mean, I'm always trying to challenge my guys. What's going to separate you? We can talk. Talk is cheap. Oh, yeah, I want to do this. I want to go to the lead. I want to do all that. But what's going to separate you and make you elite from every other receiver that's in college football playing right now, no matter the division or the lead or the conference or whatever the case is?
Yeah. Do you talking about like the little things and talking about the 6, 7 yard, the big bombs and stuff, but why can't catch the hitch? It's like you're going back to what you instill in those guys is win at everything, the details. There's a lot of daggum details in just a 6-yard hitch, which you got to go.
No doubt.
If it's press, if it's zone, how you going to leverage them, all this. So, you instill in that. It's like those guys better not take that hitch for granted.
Oh, yeah. They can't take it for granted anyway, especially not with hearing my loud mouth on that field.
Right.
Like, if they don't even hit a certain depth, I'm on their behind. Like, it's no way if I'm 34 years old and I can run a hitch and get to 6 yards every single time. Why am I looking at any one of my guys only going to 4 yards, only getting to 5 yards?
Yep.
You ain't taking care of the details. That's on you, not me.
And that's going to throw off the whole quarterback's,
everything. But they're understanding it now because, again, like this new scheme, man, I absolutely love it. Like, I love everything about it. It's my first time being in this scheme. I've always been, West Coast kind of throwback, huddle up, all of that type deal. But now that, I've kind of gotten this kind of air raid, kind of, all of that good stuff. It's a dream come true for a receiver. I can promise you.
Right, and I was fortunate to be in the air raid with Riley.
Yep.
And as a receiver, skill guy, to be in the air raid, especially with what you're saying you have, in your room. Those guys are going to love.
They do.
This offense.
There's kind of, you bring that up, Coach. There's kind of a stigma maybe to Virginia Tech and Beamer. You guys had just tremendous skill guys, obviously, and great quarterbacks as well. But I kind of looked at it as a somewhat boring offense, maybe just because it was not wide open. You're not in your head, so you get what I'm saying here.
I definitely do. I definitely get what you're saying. I do.
Yeah, but more maybe conservative would be a good word for it.
That would be, and it's funny that you say that because at Virginia Tech, like, we ran the football. Now, that was one thing that we were going to do.
And with Ryan Williams and Kevin Jones and the list of subs, it goes on
Wilson,
forever.
David, Aaron Evans. I mean, I played with some really good backs, but at the same time, it kind of felt boring, but it's one of those ones where it's like my coach always said, like, what's going to make you elite? When your opportunity does come,
right?
You can say, we're not throwing the 70-yard bomb. Okay, well, you're catching a 16-yard hitch. Why can't you make a guy miss and take it 60 yards and get in the end zone? Like, it's not always about the scheme, but the scheme that we're in right now for my guys, it makes my job a heck of a lot more fun. I can promise you that.
And you can speak to just when you get your opportunity to make your play. You did that on special teams,
yes,
so guys can do it. Which, by the way, Alex did say he misses you being on the special team side. I guess you were coaching returners.
Yeah, I was coaching the kickoff return team last year.
Alex, did Coach Roberts bring the juice for you guys?
Hey yo! No, I'm saying, come on. I need Coach Roberts on the special.
Maybe you can moonlight over there a little bit this year. Good stuff with Coach Darrell Roberts joining us. So last year, a struggle for this offense as a whole. did seem like Chase Sowell kind of became the guy, maybe middle, late year. How is he getting better? How about the returners? Because we're talking a lot about Anthony Smith, Winston Wright, what they could bring to this offense. But how about the guy, Kerry King, getting healthy, guys like that? So how about the guys coming back and your confidence level in those guys?
I feel really confident about the guys. Of course, everyone knows Chase. I was fortunate enough to kind of build a relationship with him and bring him into Pirate Nation last year, and he had a tremendous year. And he was kind of coming into his own because he was coming off of the kind of the shoulder deal that he had at Colorado, so he was still trying to get himself back acclimated and everything. And I mean, I tell him this so he knows I'm not making anything up. He was a pup last year. Like, you can see from even the way his body looked. He's long. He has a torso to run. He can do all of that, but he wasn't put together last year the way that he kind of is now. And he's only going to continue to get better and kind of get his grown man strength, like I like to call it anyway. I mean, the kid is only 19 years old, so it's like, I mean, you got to look at that and understand, like, wow, he did that as an 18-year-old. Like, he's going to be able to do some really good things. But at the same time, it's not just him. I feel really good about Keelan Robinson. Just the next step he was able to make coming out of the spring, like playing with way more confidence and all of that good stuff. Kerry King, like, that one is a prized possession, of mine, because like I said, he's went to Virginia school. He's from Florida, all that good stuff. But I had really high hopes for Kerry last year. Like, going into that Michigan game, that Wednesday practice, for when he messed up his leg, it was devastating for me, because I thought he was going to help us. Like, I had a role for him for sure. Jar is Jar. Like, he's gonna bring good energy.
Purdy's had a great offseason.
My goodness, he had a great offseason. He's working his butt off. He's ready to go out and make a lot of plays for this team. Like I say, he's another one of those guys that just got that bad taste in his mouth. Like, we went through so many close games last year, all of that stuff. It was just like, man, the offense wasn't doing what we set out to do. And, they're ready to get this thing, to really get this thing going. You got some guys that's kind of behind the scenes that, has been here, like the Malik Leverett, stuff like that, things like that didn't, play last year. But I feel really good. I feel really good about these guys and can't wait, to get going.
And we talked a lot about drops last year, and we'll get to the quarterback. Kenny asked a quarterback question, but how do you handle that? Is there a punishment? What do you do if there are drops in a game?
Nobody wants to drop the ball. You know what I mean? I know that for a fact. But for the outside guys last year, for the couple drops that we had on the outside, it was. I'm all about competition. So you're going to be pretty much put on blast in the meeting, pretty much. Like, we're not gonna just act like it didn't happen. You know what I mean? Like, I'm huge on confidence. I'm all about confidence. I'm all about building my guys up. I am. But at the same time, we're receivers. We're here to catch the ball. Like, that's what we have to do. So, but again, like I said, I know that they're not dropping the ball on purpose when they did. It's details. It's catching the ball with your eyes. Your hands just keep you from looking like a fool on TV. That's it. Catch it with your eyes. Literally, catch it with your eyes. As long as if you take a picture and with every ball that's coming to you and you catch it with your eyes and let your hands just keep you from looking like a fool, you'll catch every pass. And it wasn't until my receiver coach kind of put it in that type of terms for me, because I was a high school running back, kind of quarterback athlete type deal, so I didn't catch passes for a living. So it took me some time to get myself, ready to go too. But just got to take care of the little things. It's all about details. But to answer your question though, I handle it a plethora of different ways. I put you on blast. I'm gonna love you. I'm gonna put my arm around you. I'm gonna do all of that. But at the end of the day, you're here for a reason. If you're not taking care of business at this point now, with the way this room looks now, they know what's gonna come. They
better
know what's
stay
happening.
after and catch.
No doubt about it.
Bryce, not that you made a ton of mistakes, but what is that feeling like, knowing you made a mistake Saturday and you go in for your meeting and you're about to watch it in front of everybody?
Oh my God,
that's got to be tough, right?
Horrible. It's hard to even enjoy the Saturday night after the game. You're
thinking about that.
Yeah, you're walking in. And drop pass is definitely a horrible feeling.
Yes.
Missing a block definitely is big too. They're both terrible, but something about a drop pass, you're just like, you don't get thrown to all the time.
Doubt.
So
you
have that
5 targets or whatever, 4 targets,
and you have that opportunity and you drop it. It hurts.
Bryce, the thing we make fun of him the most for is pretty hilarious. Was in Blacksburg, right?
Yeah.
You catch a touchdown against Virginia Tech.
Yeah.
You get so excited, they got 10 guys on the extra point because Bryce is over there on the sideline.
I'm celebrating with everybody. I catch the touchdown. I'm going.
Look at Coach Roberts' face.
And I go, I'm going to the sideline. Everybody's still pumped up. I'm fired up. And
they made the extra point.
They made the extra point. Coach Dahl said, Bryce, obviously gets them that. I spaced out. I was so fired up.
Oh, I know they was on your head, though.
Yeah,
I know they was on your head.
So,
oh, my goodness.
I was like, I couldn't believe I did that.
I would have felt bad for you if you was on our team. I would have felt bad because Coach Beams would have lost. He would have lost it. Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, that's probably one of the biggest foobar I've ever had in my career. Was definitely that.
You played for a legend with Frank Beamer.
Yes,
what was it like? Playing under Coach Beamer?
A true blessing, literally a true blessing for me. I mean, he kind of instilled a lot of those, I don't know, I like to call them laws from my parents, but that my grandparents and parents and stuff tried to instill in me, and he just held us to that standard. I mean, it was, he taught us how to be men. He taught us how to, not just be the best football player that you can be, and he also taught us that football is going to end. Like, it's going to end. As much you're a young kid, you thinking you're going to play forever, like all of that type stuff. But Coach Beam was always 100% real with everybody in the organization, everybody in the program. And we know Beam Ball is all about special teams, but again, it was another one of those things where it's like, if you want to even have a shot to make it to the next level or, accomplish those dreams, if you're not on my special teams and playing, I promise you already gonna be 3 steps behind everybody else because that beam ball holds weight, and the NFL scouts come around. They knew, they knew that we coach put a lot of time. That was his baby. I ain't gonna say he didn't care, but we knew what periods Coach Beams cared about. It was when his special team, everybody stopped, nothing else was going on but his special teams, and all eyes was on him. So, but like I said, I can't thank Coach Beams enough. I don't know if he'll hear this or whatever the case is, but he know what he means to me. He know I'm always gonna love him, always, and I thank him for everything that he gave
awesome
to me.
Yeah, and that message about you can't play forever, it's tough. Like, because not everybody, but a lot of those guys think they will and think they're going to make it, and some do, a lot don't. But I think it's important to have people now in your role kind of saying that, hey, look, man, you got to have a plan B or a backup plan. Not saying don't go all in on this right now, but you're not going to be doing this, 10 years from
100%,
now.
100%.
So that's key right there. Bryce Williams and Coach Darrell Roberts joining us inside the Pirate Radio studios. Kenny says, now this is important, we could have the best receivers in the world, but he says, do we have a quarterback that can deliver them the ball? I think that answer is
got multiple quarterbacks that can deliver the ball.
How you like those guys so far?
Absolutely love them.
Okay,
love them. That's the way they go about their business. The way, like, you would go into the locker room and you wouldn't even kind of tell that those guys are in a competition. You know what I mean? Like, because they go about it the way that you would want, like, leaders to.
They
go
act
about
like
it.
they're the guy. Both of them.
They both have that demeanor and that aura of, I am ready to be the leader of this team. It's just a matter of, okay, I have to let my work, show that I'm worthy enough to do that. But at the same time, it's like, from looking at these guys throughout the whole spring, they both can make the throws. Like, almost everybody in that room can do, some really good things. It's just a matter of, like, say, who's going to be consistent, who's going to, run the show the way the show needs to be ran. But to answer his question, though, we got multiple guys in that room that can make the throws. I feel really confident about that, and I'm the one that's going to be catching them. So,
Darrell Roberts joining us. Bryce, got anything else for Coach?
Not the top of the cuff, but something will probably come on after the break.
If you leave, we'll let you know. We'll call you.
All good.
You do any fishing, Coach? Or
I haven't fished in a while.
Okay,
I haven't fished in a while.
Curious. Bryce, we do a Pirate Radio outdoor segment with Bryce. Coach Powell, we should have had him on with you.
Coach Powell fish. He just caught, I think, he had like 2-3 big fish on his Twitter. I think a couple of minutes ago. Matter of fact,
I'll look it up. We had he's had a lot of great spots at a lot of great schools, and we asked him, like, what was your favorite spots, and he went right to, like, the fishing spots at each stop.
Oh yeah,
he was like, man, in Chapel Hill, I'll go over to Lake North, go to the lake, and he was talking about all the fishing holes around everywhere he coached. That's how serious he is about it. But well, Coach Roberts, thank you for joining us, man. Looking forward to we'll talk to you again in the fall, but have a good rest of your summer. So is it right now the players are kind of doing their own thing as far as practicing? What's kind of you're at the recruiting still, or
well, it's dead period now.
Okay.
So now it's kind of getting into that period where we're able to kind of decompress a little bit. You know what I mean? Spend some family time. Like I said, I'm gonna get my oldest son tomorrow, and I'll have him for a couple weeks or so. So it's just kind of more so just kind of almost coach's mini vacation.
Good.
Pretty much. So it's good times, just kind of getting yourself re-energized, charging the battery up, and getting ready to hit this thing full speed. Come
yes,
camp
sir.
time.
Bryce, let's grade Coach Powell's catch. What do we got there?
Let's see. That looks pretty good.
Yeah.
He's holding it to the camera pretty close. I'm gonna give him a hard time on that. But,
making it a little bigger than it is. Okay, all right.
No, that's a good bass. Yeah. Goodness gracious. I'm gonna say it was probably 4.5, 5, anywhere from 4.5 to 5.5 pounds. We'll see how accurate I am. I'm curious how big it was.
All right, there you go. All right, Coach, appreciate it, man. We'll talk to you again soon.
Yes, sir.
Daryl Roberts joining us, Pirate Radio Studios. We'll come back more with Bryce Williams, and we'll have our Ticket Tuesday giveaway. 4 tickets to go see the Yard Gnomes this summer will be yours, courtesy of Toby Williams and Cellular Warehouse. More to go after this.
The Buccaneer Music Hall is your beacon of music in the land of pirates and ENC. Open 7 days a week with live music. Come enjoy Mug Monday with custom butt cups. Tuesday and Wednesday we have local acoustic night. Thursday night we have line dancing from 7 to 9, followed by karaoke with DJ Dog. Ladies and free both Friday and Saturday nights with the best local bands in the area. So come twirl around and have a buckin' good time. And don't forget your Sunday Fun Day Cornhole Tournament with the ECU Club Cornhole team at 3 p.m. Check out the Buck on Facebook and Instagram for all up-to-date information and events. Y'all come get bucked up.
Sun's out, guns out in Pirate Nation. Lindsay Gray here with Carolina Caliber. The weather's getting hotter and so are our deals. Ladies, don't miss your chance on 25% off Alexo Athletica concealed carry shorts. Guys, we've got Leopold t-shirts marked down for you. Speaking of Leopold, get a VX Freedom 4 to 12 by 50 scope with free aluminum lens covers for only $3.99. This is over a $600 value. We'll continue to bring on the heat every week with the largest selection of firearms and accessories in Eastern NC. Shop online or stop on by Carolina Caliber on Fire Tower Road in Winterville. It's a time-honored tradition.
Pirate Water Wicked Tea is here. Set sail for the next Pirate Water adventure. Barstool's best drink is back with delicious Wicked Tea. A strong, smooth, uncarbonated brew flavor with hints of lemon. It's the toughest tea to take on the high seas. Go to drinkpiratewater.com to find the new Pirate Water Wicked Tea in a location near you.
We're going plankton!
21 and older, please drink responsibly.
Hey Pirate Nation, be sure to have the best and comfortable shoes with a stop at Fleet Feet. This is ECU alum Chris Lunyon, owner of Fleet Feet of Greenville, and we provide solutions through one-on-one service to runners, walkers, and everyone in between. Fleet Feet has the tools and technology to get you in the right shoe, including a 3D foot scanner that measures arch height, width, and more. Come visit us at 207 East Arlington Boulevard in the old Gordon's Golf location. Fleet Feet, we run for you.
Your Wood Ducks host the Carolina Mudcats July 1st through the 3rd. Bring your furry friend to the ballpark on Tuesday, July 2nd. Each dog in attendance will receive an orange tennis ball courtesy of Brightspeed. And join us on July 3rd for our post-game fireworks extravaganza. You don't want to miss the biggest fireworks display in Eastern North Carolina presented by WNCT Channel 9. First pitch is set for 6:30 p.m. and gates open at 5:30 p.m. Get your tickets online at woodducksbaseball.com or by calling the front office. Get your tickets today before it's too late. Go Woodies!
Great food, great atmosphere, and great service is Ottavola Market Cafe. Ottavola is simply a restaurant that focuses on that, being a great restaurant. There's something for everyone at Ottavola. The menu offers a variety of great choices like pastas, pizzas, sandwiches, soups, salads, and seasonal rotating selections. Lunch or dinner, Ottavola is always the right call. Call ahead and get Ottavola to go, or stop by the bar for a drink with friends. It's simple. Come and eat at Ottavola Market Cafe, Red Banks Road next to Food Lion, and OttavolaMarket.com. Ottavola, pirates supporting pirates.
Pirate fans, the 2024 ECU football season will be here before you know it, and season tickets are on sale now. Lock in your season tickets to be a part of the Dowdy Ficklin experience all year long. Season tickets start as low as $115. Payment plans are also available to fans who lock in their seats early. Just head to ECUPirates.com or call the athletic ticket office at 1-800-DIAL-ECU. We look forward to seeing you in Dowdy Ficklin Stadium in 2024.
The icy treat that can't be beat is Sparky Snowballs. From big kids to little kids, Sparky Snowballs has been making smiles happen for over 20 years. If you're not in the mood to chill out with a snowball, Sparky's funnel cakes and fried Oreos are a perfect Sparky-licious treat every time. Are you having an event, party, or fundraiser? Call Sparky's to come on site. Remember to follow Sparky's on Facebook or visit SparkySnowballs.com to see where they'll be next.
Pirate Radio, bringing you the best content on air and on digital. We are the voice of the Pirate Nation. You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Bud Light, reminding Pirate fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Well, welcome back. The technicians at New Blue stand ready to face any challenge that time or the elements may throw at your home. Your home deserves the best, and New Blue is ready to help with any electrical, plumbing, and HVAC needs. New Blue also now specializes in crawl space moisture control and encapsulations, along with septic system repairs and installations. Contact them today at callnublue.com. New Blue Service Group, redefining service excellence. And coming up at the Buccaneer Music Hall is your beacon of music for the land of pirates. They're open 7 days a week with live music every single night. And coming up this week, as far as music goes, on Wednesday, you can expect Franklin Boone. It's acoustic night. And then, that is Tuesday night, tonight. And then coming up on Wednesday, there'll be R.T. Johnson performing an acoustic set. Thursday night, you can enjoy line dancing and karaoke. And then on Saturday night, you can enjoy the band that is called, Eli Craig Band. And Dawson Wright's full band will also be performing at the Buck as well. You can check them out on Instagram and Facebook for the latest, and we'll see you at the Buck. Now let's head back into PRL. Here's Clip.
Back with you, Pirate Radio Live on a Tuesday. Shirley Rhodes, A-Harp, a.k.a. Harpoon.
Tuesday.
You do that too?
I don't do it. I just know it. Yeah. I just know it.
That dude was at Sub Dogs.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, what is this?
You haven't been introduced yet. You can't talk.
You ain't here yet.
You're not here.
Right.
That was a fly in the wall.
Did you hear that? I heard something. Harpoon, Chon, Bryce, and welcoming in for the first time this summer, the long-awaited return of intern Delaney. Hello, Delaney.
Hey. I missed you guys.
You said that quite a bit. Did you mean it?
Really, actually, well, we're about to get into this, but when I was abroad, I would watch and be like, oh, I miss them so much. And it was like 10 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
Where I was. Yeah.
Pirate Radio After Dark.
Really, yeah.
Over there. All right, so Bryce, you had some questions for Delaney. I said, Bryce, save it for the air. So what were your questions?
Oh, another glitch in the headphones.
What you got, Bryce?
So how long were you abroad, and what part of Italia were you in?
I was abroad for 6 weeks. We were based in Trotoldo, which is a small town outside of Florence. But we were all over Italy.
Now, is this, I'm real directional guy, big in geography. Where in Italy's a boot. So where were you? West, east, northwest.
Were you on the heel, the toe?
Yeah, there we go. The
Tuscany,
heel.
do you know where Tuscany is?
I think so. I'm going to need direct.
Okay.
I'm going to need
hang a left.
He needs geographicals.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, honestly.
East side, north side.
Ankle.
Okay.
The zipper side, the non-zipper side.
I'm finding it.
Oh, she doesn't know.
I don't even. I'm
she
actually
just flew there.
No, I'm not kidding. I'm so geographically challenged.
What's it called?
Chertaldo.
Okay, so you on the west
Just look up Florence. That's where I was.
Northwestern.
Oh, you're like at the shin. You're above the shin. You're about a thigh.
Is that
Yeah.
Knee?
Maybe right above the knee.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, nice.
But we went all over.
And you went for what?
It wasn't. It was a program with ECU, so it wasn't directly with my major. So I was just taking yoga, photography.
Vacation.
Yeah, it really was. We only had 15 class days out of the 6 weeks, so it really was vacation.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is very nice.
Now, you said you were excited about the food. What were your
Yes.
favorite meals?
I'm jealous.
It was so good. The pasta, every type of pasta, but one specifically I remember there was this tortellini with pear and cheese and carrot sauce. Yeah, I didn't think it would be good, but it was delicious. The pizza obviously was amazing. The pesto was good, but you guys I told y'all I was allergic to it, so I can't have it anymore. But the day I did have it, it was really good.
Yeah.
I don't know, everything, and yeah.
Is your pizza thin or thick?
Thin.
So it's thin.
Yeah.
I like a thin pizza.
Yeah.
You said also the sights, the art, all that. So what were your favorite attractions?
So the Uffizi Museum in Florence was really pretty. It had a bunch of like Michelangelo, Botticelli, which I didn't even know what that was before I went. I know, like I sound so smart saying it, but I had no idea. I seriously had no idea before, but it was really cool to witness that in person because, I learned about it in school and in high school and stuff, and then going to see it in person was like, whoa.
Wow.
And then Statue of David was intense. But yeah, it was all really cool.
All right.
Yeah.
So what are you doing the rest of your summer?
Just traveling around North Carolina.
Okay, I was about
I'm
to
leaving here right after I leave here, y'all. I'm going to Atlantic Beach, and then Thursday I'm going to Myrtle, and then I'm going back home, and then I'm going to Myrtle again, and then I'm going to Florida, and then Asheville, and then I come back.
Goodness gracious.
Yeah.
You've got plans.
I've got plans. I like
Where
to stay
would you
busy.
be the 4th, AB or Myrtle?
I'm going to be home for the 4th. I'm planning a beer Olympics for my family and friends.
Oh, that'll be fun. Lake Norman, right?
Yes, Lake Norman.
That'll be fun.
Yeah, I'm really excited.
Nice.
Yeah.
I've never done one of those. Have you ever done one of those?
I don't think so. I think I was an amateur.
Y'all have to
never
do
official. What is that like?
Beer Olympics.
You're doing
It's
different games
Cup
involving.
pong, cornhole,
Yeah.
like stack cup, everything.
I've done the individual events, but not as an Olympics.
Right.
It's intense.
Yeah.
It's intense.
Wow.
I can see that.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Delaney, you're welcome anytime.
Thanks.
What a pleasant surprise. Did you tell anybody you were coming?
No, so I didn't. I told Chandler I was driving through, but I didn't tell him I was stopping by. So.
Well, that was you put a smile on all our faces.
Oh, I'm so glad. I
to
missed
see
you guys a lot.
All right. Well, we'll see you when you get done with your 8 trips you got coming up.
Yeah, see you guys in August.
All right. You going to hang out with us this fall?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, for a little. Yeah.
Because Alex won't.
No. Why? Where would he be?
I'm going to be busy.
Where's Alex going to be?
What you going to be doing, Alex?
Not ringing a bell.
I'm going to be playing foosball.
You know what Mama says about football, right?
Oh, yeah.
All right. Thank you, Delaney.
You're welcome.
We'll let you run. Let's take another break. We'll come back. We'll get our Fleet Feet rundown. As we go to break, Shirley, let's make somebody a winner. Ticket Tuesday brought to you by Toby Williams and Cellular Warehouse. What caller are we looking for to give away 4 tickets to the Yard Gnomes? We'll do caller 6, 317-1250, 317-1250. Caller 6 is a winner. More to go after this.
Here with Jeff Stein at Brown & Wood, it's a great time to buy a used vehicle.
It's not a great time, it's a perfect time to buy a used car from Brown & Wood. We have over 115 used vehicles in stock, and we're number 1 in the market on price. We have limited lifetime powertrain on all of our used cars under 80,000 miles, so go to brownandwoodauto.com to find out more. 4 brands, 3 generations, 2 rooftops, and 1 goal, to make sure you leave a happy customer.
Come experience Greenville's newest theater, Golden Ticket Cinemas, located on Greenville Boulevard near Cracker Barrel. With stadium seating and reserved luxury recliners, you can enjoy the movie along with great concessions such as L House sliders, delicious wings, pizza, and hot dogs. And they even have milkshakes. You can always find great deals at Golden Ticket Cinemas, such as $5.50 Ticket Tuesdays and free family movies at 11 a.m. on Saturdays and Sundays. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the show in style with luxurious amenities and top-notch service at Golden Ticket Cinemas.
This is Aaron Williams with New Blue Service Group. People have been asking, what's new at New Blue? And I'm always glad to tell them that we now specialize in crawl space moisture control and encapsulations, along with septic system repairs and installations. As always, we offer plumbing, electrical, and HVAC, all while redefining service excellence. So go ahead, contact us at callnewblue.com. That's callnublue.com. Go Pirates.
Want a great lunch with quick service?
Huckleburger.
Need a place to dine out with the family tonight?
Huckleburger.
The fastest full-service restaurant in town.
Huckleburger.
Huckleburger is committed to 3 core values: highest level of customer service, high-quality delicious food, and lightning speed. The Huckleburger menu features delicious burgers, cheesesteaks, chicken sandwiches, black bean burgers, salads, and much more. Huckleburger in Greenville near Lowe's on Memorial Drive and off of 15th Street near the movie theater in Washington.
Huckleburger.
Delicious, fast, fresh, and friendly.
This is Dr. Chris Barsani from Orthopedic Season Sports Medicine Center. Our practice has been caring for the athletes at ECU and the residents of Eastern North Carolina for more than 35 years. Whether it's treatment for your sports injuries or it's time for that joint replacement, Orthopedic Seats provides the latest in operative and non-operative orthopedic care. We also offer on-site physical therapy and MRI services, as well as walk-in urgent care on the weekends from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Call us at 757-BONE or visit us online at orthoeast.com. Go Pirates.
Save a load on a new John Deere compact utility tractor and loader from Quality Equipment. It's never been easier to get the best brand on the market at an unbeatable cash price or with great financing at our lowest ever monthly payment. Now is the time to get that tractor package you've been dreaming of to get your next job done right. Stop by one of our 36 locations in North Carolina, South Carolina, and Virginia, or visit us online at qualityequip.com.
Pitt County Schools is in the people business, and we are hiring. If you're looking to make a difference by helping us ensure the future of Eastern North Carolina, we invite you to be part of our dynamic team. If you're just starting out or exploring a career change, the doors of one of Pitt County's largest employers are open for those seeking competitive pay and a multitude of advancement opportunities. We offer learning support and advanced leadership opportunities to better prepare our educators and skilled labor force. If you want to be part of an award-winning school system that focuses on educating students and growing our employees, we encourage you to surround yourself with people who are going to lift you higher. To fill out an application, please visit our website today at pittschools.org. That's pittschools.org, and help us engage, empower, and elevate through 38 schools and 1 community.
This is Dixon Williams from ECU Baseball, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Bud Light, reminding Pirate fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Do you want to get rid of wrinkles, tighten and lift your skin, smooth your skin texture, erase veins and brown spots, and get rid of unwanted hair? Are you interested in Botox or filler? Contact the licensed professionals at Beauty Bar Medi Spa on Red Banks Road in Greenville. Free consultations available by calling 752-1406 or visiting beautybarmedispa.com. Enjoy your visit. Love your transformation. Now let's head back in to PRL. Here's Cliff.
Back with you, Pirate Radio Live on a Tuesday. I need Alex Harper to do a lot of talking. First, I need him to tell the folks about Ticket Tuesday, brought to you by Toby Williams and Sailor Warehouse.
In this new world of having everything delivered to your home or office, why wouldn't you start using Cellular Warehouse for all your cellular deliveries? Toby Williams and his team are in the business of delivering phones and tablets every day to customers, which enables you to take the hassle out of visiting a store. The best thing about this great service is that it is free. Call Toby Williams today at 252-799-7051 and let his team make your wireless experience fast and easy. Cellular Warehouse, your local U.S. Cellular authorized agent.
Thank you for that, A-Harp, but don't go anywhere because it's time for the Fleet Feet Rundown.
Hey, Pirate Nation, be sure you have the best and most comfortable shoes this tailgate season with a stop at Fleet Feet. Locally owned and operated by ECU alum Chris Lunyon. Fleet Feet of Greenville provides solutions through one-on-one services to runners, walkers, and everyone in between. Fleet Feet has the tools and technology to get you in the right shoe, including a 3D foot scanner that measures arch height, width, and more. Go see them at 207 East Arlington Boulevard in the old Gordon's Golf location. Fleet Feet. They run for you.
Thank you, Alex. Well done.
Stuff, Alex.
Big day today.
Not even a hiccup.
For old A-Harp. All right, Fleet Feet Rundown. Tough time in sports. But I'm going to disagree with what I just said. I'm going to disagree with myself. It's time to get ready for football. Football's not here, but it's time to get in the prep work. Whether you're a fantasy guy, whether you're a college guy, a pro guy, now's the time you start to research. Hey, where's that guy play now? Who's that team's quarterback? They got a new coach. You don't wait till August, September to do that. You got to do that June, July.
Now's the time.
Now's the time.
This is the fans' OTA. This is the fans' mini camp. This is, this is our training camp too.
Yeah.
So I mean, now's the time to put in the work. Because if you wait till August, you've done messed up already.
Oh yeah, most definitely. What's the book that comes out?
The Phil Steele.
And we'll talk to him in the next month or so.
Really? Well, there we go.
The college football guru is what they call him.
I got a question you can ask him. I want to know why he stopped putting long snappers on his preseason and postseason all-conference list.
And we'll let you ask him the question.
Okay.
You got the kahunas to do that?
Kahunas?
If you got the kahunas to do it.
Because he has before, because I was preseason and postseason first-team all-conference at Central.
Okay.
According to Phil Steele magazine.
What a way to kind of brag in.
Why did he
By
stop?
the way,
let's talk about Alex.
By the way, the Alex Harper Bowl coming up in a few years.
Oh,
East Carolina versus NC Central.
Why couldn't we get that now?
Go cojones.
So that was announced, and then who else?
Norfolk State in 2029, I believe.
Yeah. So not going to get the traction the Clemson news got. Think about that, Bryce.
Clemson
going to Death Valley.
That's pretty dang wild. That ought to be quite the atmosphere.
Well, okay. A, Dabo and Mike Houston will coach against each other in that game. B, one of them will be gone. C, both of them will be gone in 2029. How do you answer that? A, B, or C?
What was...
A, Mike Houston and Dabo are there coaching in the game.
Yeah.
B, one of them is gone. One of them is still here.
God,
C, neither one of them are coaching in that game.
That's 5 years from now?
Yep. I only gave you 3
I'm
options.
going B. Someone's gone.
Okay. I'm going to go C.
I'm going to go B.
You're going B. All right.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you for answering that.
B for...
I'm going C for clip.
C for clip. That works.
Was that a big strategy in school?
Oh, yeah.
A, B, C, D.
I feel like C was a
No,
popular
C
answer.
was like, if you didn't know it, C was like the number one thing I would choose.
Did you ever try to do like a picture with the bubble? You just didn't.
No.
I'm just kidding. Like you'd make them do a zigzag?
Okay, yeah, I do that. But I was not drawing like portraits. I'm trying to draw my face. Oh, I need a C here. Ooh, A would be a good ear. Let me put this A here. Nah, I was a good test taker.
Really?
Yeah.
I just had the memory to study the night before and lock in, but then again, it depends on what it was on.
Yeah.
I didn't like math.
How much of that's? I wonder how much we actually retained from our school days.
Not a lot for me.
No.
Zier. Not a lot for old Sean over
Not
there.
a lot for me. Especially, I took 6 years of Spanish. I couldn't.
6 years.
I couldn't say a whole sentence in Spanish right now.
I'm decent in
Come
Spanish.
on, John. Really?
I know you're like. I know you're like basic words.
Más o menos, you know.
So.
Yeah.
Yeah, I knew that.
More or less. I knew that.
Maybe I'm not good at Spanish. I was trying to throw in a break in Spanish. We need to go Pirate Radio Outdoors. Pescado, fish.
La Playa, isn't that the
La Playa?
beach or the
That's the
pool?
beach.
Is that the beach or the pool?
That's the beach.
It is. It's the beach.
La Playa.
La Playa.
See, I know some stuff.
There you go.
Yeah.
It could not be beach. I don't know. I was just saying.
It's something.
But I think that's correct.
Puedo or la baño.
Yeah. Over there.
May I go to the bathroom?
Oh, nice.
I thought it was. Yeah. Donde está? Is where.
Where?
Yeah.
Donde, where?
Como se dice means.
How do you say?
Yeah, how do you say?
Yeah.
And I'm not looking at it, I
Oh,
promise.
I thought you just Googled that
Nah.
real quick.
I swear.
Let's take a break. We'll come back Pirate Radio Outdoors and wrap it up with Bryce Williams here on a Tuesday. Back with you after this.
I am gonna do it.
Pest Tech wants to thank Pirate Nation for voting them the #1 pest control company in Eastern North Carolina. Pest Tech is a full-service pest control company offering a complete range of indoor and outdoor pest management and extermination services. Your experience is the Pest Tech guarantee, with a promise to deliver you results while keeping you, your family, and the environment safe. Call the best of the best to get rid of your pests. 353-4760. Pest Tech, the official pest control company of Pirate Radio.
Country Mart has been locally owned and operated for over 40 years and is your premier country store serving the best cheese biscuits and country food around. Country Mart is open every day and has 2 locations in Bethel on Highway 11 and in Stokes on Highway 903. Both Country Mart locations are top-of-the-line fuel stations serving Shell gas, including 93 ethanol-free high-octane gas, which is the best for all you boat owners. Country Mart, fueling you up with great food in your engines with great gasoline. Go Pirates!
We all have seniors in our life who may need a little extra help with technology. University PC Care's Quick Helps are affordable, in-store, short appointments designed for seniors who may need a little TLC to help with setting up a new computer, help with email or passwords, or help with the latest online scam. They don't need to fear technology anymore. Call 252-558-1280 to schedule an in-store Quick Helps appointment for Greenville or New Bern. Learn more at universitypccare.com.
For years, Callie Ann Phelps has been singing about Phelps Chevrolet.
Phelps Chevrolet is the one for you. Low prices, service too. See the big dealer right away. Carolina's finest, Phelps Chevrolet.
And you'll agree with what Skylar Phelps has to say.
Nobody beats Phelps Chevrolet's prices. Nobody.
The name you can depend on. Phelps Chevrolet.
Get you one.
North Carolina State Parks has activated the North Carolina Outdoor Recreation Plan. With over 40 parks to visit in the state, we want to hear from you. Selected residents may receive a North Carolina Outdoor Recreation Plan survey through the United States Postal Service. Please take the time to complete the survey to help outdoor recreation from the mountains to the sea. For more information, visit ncparks.gov/outdoors.
Wings Over has always been a great go-to for dinner or a late-night snack, and it still is. But did you know you don't have to wait for dinner to get Wings Over? That's right. Wings Over Greenville is now open for lunch 7 days a week. Get Wings Over for lunch and have it delivered right to the office. Wings Over also caters so everyone at work can enjoy. Wings Over Greenville has over 20 flavors to choose from, including the limited edition Cajun garlic flavor. Order today by going online at wingsover.com or by calling 758-9464. Wings Over, they deliver.
Looking for physical therapy near you? Have you had orthopedic surgery, a work or sports injury, or a medical condition that has limited your day-to-day activities? At ENC Physical Therapy, we strive to provide one-on-one care with a personalized treatment plan with little to no wait times for initial evaluation. ENC Physical Therapy is located in Washington, a convenient 20-minute drive from Greenville. As a patient, you have options and the right to choose where to go. So give ENC Physical Therapy a call today at 252-495-0018. ENC Physical Therapy. Yard Gnomes Baseball is here. The Greenville Yard Gnomes offer summer fun with your family and friends at an affordable price. Catch every game at historic Guy Smith Stadium and enjoy great food from area food trucks, cold beverages, and exciting baseball action. Single game tickets start as low as $10 and mini plans as low as $48. Visit yardgnomesbaseball.com to get your tickets and Yard Gnome swag. Come out and hang with your Gnomies this summer with the Greenville Yard Gnomes.
Pirate Radio, no one can outwork us. We are the voice of the Pirate Nation. You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Bud Light, reminding Pirate fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. It was another mixed day for the stock market. The Dow was down 299 points and closed at 39,112. The NASDAQ was up at 220 points at 17,717. The S&P was up 21 at 5,469. That's your Wells Fargo Advisors Stock Market Report. For a personal look into investing, call Wells Fargo Advisors today at 756-6900 in Greenville. Wells Fargo Advisors, LLC, member SIPC. Now back to the show.
Bryce is on one. Bryce is perturbed because Chandler was buried in his phone the entire break.
Are you kidding me? Hey, millennials.
Bryce had a meltdown. I apologize.
Focus in. Lock in, Sean.
Exactly.
Sean.
Thank you, Shirley.
Trying to talk about a bonding experience, and then Bryce is trying to bond with you, and
he's staring at his daggum phone. Hey,
Talking
you know who's going to help you out of a car, a flat tire? That or me?
You.
Exactly.
Not Tina?
I don't know who Tina is.
Bryce,
he said, is it Tina or me?
Tina, Samantha, whatever it was on there. On the face chat. On the old face chat.
Bryce, you catch any fish this week?
Well, you know, we caught some, but man, it was slow. I think it was the wind was blowing out of the creek or out of the river or out of the bay. Couldn't find a wind-blown point or nothing. We hooked into some big blues that were blitzing, but dadgummit, it was not what it was the weekend following. But, you know, I'm beginning to realize they pay attention to the whole moon. I don't know if the full moon threw everything off for the morning bite, because then my buddy went out in the Pamlico, not really where I was, and warmed slap out. So, but you go when you can, you know. You go when you can. But it was a good time. Took Anna's grandpa out and her cousin. Ran the boat, hooked up on some fish. You know, I did have to get one picture. It wasn't very big, but it was. I didn't want to send it to you because just one little trout.
Okay.
So
let me take a gander.
See, Sean, I sent this to Ellerby and Clip.
Yeah.
I wore that, and it actually was
Pirate
great.
Radio shirt.
I represented that down at Lake Norman this past weekend.
So we caught a trout, which I'm proud of. But so
Bryce, no show next week, July 4th week.
Is it really?
And then it's about baby time.
Unless.
So, well, Alex is trying to host his own show, so he might call you and bring you in.
Lock in.
Harpoon and Bryce and Slim 80.
Yeah, Harpoon.
What a dynamic duo.
Yeah.
And then it's baby time, so we'll see you when we see you.
Yeah,
I hope to see you.
an hour. I think Anna can hold him down.
Okay, well, good. Well, good luck with all that. And I want to end the show by saying Coach Mack and Chandler are suckers. Chip Brown, 24/7 Sports, reporting that Jim Schlossnagel, coach of Texas A&M, is heading to Texas to be the head coach. Told you.
Did I say he wasn't going?
Maybe.
I don't think I did.
Well, Coach Mack did, and he was sitting in that chair.
Okay, yeah. Coach Mack did. I didn't.
Well, y'all were suckers. Including you, sucker.
I'm a sucker. I'm a sucker. Phone sucker.
Let's take a one-day break. We'll come back Wednesday, 3 o'clock, with an all-new edition of Pirate Radio Live for Shirley Rhodes, Shirley's niece. She's loving it. A-Harp, Chonsky, and Slim 80 Bryce Williams. I'm Clip Brock. Jeff Charles, take us home.
Have a great night, Eastern Carolina.
Thanks for listening to Pirate Radio Live, an exclusive presentation of the voice of the Pirate Nation. This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, 1250 and 92.7 FM Greenville, WDLX Washington, 930 and 104.1 FM Washington. This is the Pirate Radio Podcast.
And welcome into the Pirate Radio Podcast. I am Shirley Rhodes. On episode 24 of the Holton Naylor Show, Holton visited with his former high school wide receiver teammate and former ECU teammate, CJ Johnson.
And we are back, and I am super pumped to welcome in another D.H. Conley alumni, another Grimesland native. We repped it well in Greenville. We had Dixon last week. CJ Johnson joins us. So, CJ, what's up, brother?
What's up, man? I'm glad to be on the show today, man.
Let's go, dude. I've obviously we've have a great relationship. We went all the way back to. We'll get into it in a minute, but I remember the very first time throwing you the ball at Conley when you were rising fresh. I was like, dude, this dude's going to be a stud. But we're going to start actually at the top. So we're going to start with your pro career, work your way down to college, everything